find out. Hopefully it stays as a good enough connection. There we go. Whoops, knocked my camera kind of askew.
Oh, I can move the ship.
Well, yeah, you guys all have control of the ship. Because that's the ship linked to the sheet. But yeah, during combat, you guys all have control of the ship. Otherwise you can't do the macro roles that exist for it if you don't all have like access. I mean, usually James just does the moving, so it doesn't really matter. And by Shaw does the moving.
We never get.
My next character is going to be called Nyx. Ready for that?
I think I would actually have like a real life aneurysm if that happened. All right. Well, we can get into it. We'll see if you guys give me more metaphorical shit than literal shit for my job. Shout out to preschoolers. But here we are. But
I'm just impressed by the catapult.
It's not a catapult. They built a trebuchet. I'm saying you gotta get it right. Trebuchets are far superior.
Oh, deal with it.
Trebuchets are superior.
Wait, your students built a trebuchet?
I mean, not mine. I'm with the like infants and 2-year-olds. The older kids did. Granted, they're still like 6 to 8 years old.
With trebuchets being referred to as catapults, get over it.
What do you mean? I'm a DM. Of course I have a problem with it.
Was this a school project, or were they just building a trebuchet to fuck up with the teachers?
It was a school project. It was a school project.
Okay.
If they'd built it by themselves, I would have been extremely impressed.
So the school just willingly let a bunch of students have a trebuchet?
Oh yeah, they just yeet pillows with it.
It is a large-scale piece of siege weaponry designed to launch blunt objects.
I mean, are pillows sharp? Yeah, exactly.
Yes, but you could easily just put a rock.
In comparison with catapults, they both serve the same.
But catapults are more inefficient. They don't go as far. Trebuchets go like an insane amount farther.
No. Trebuchets are more efficient. I'm not willing to give you go farther. That entirely depends on the construction.
Hold on, we're gonna stop this whole recap.
If you compare a like-sized catapult and trebuchet, I will give you trebuchets go farther. However, I don't think as a general rule you can say trebuchets always will shoot farther than catapults.
The first sentence in the Encyclopedia Britannica is, moreover, the trebuchet's range vastly exceeds that of standard catapults.
If you're comparing like sizes of siege equipment, sure. But I don't think you can, as standard, make that declaration.
Oh, what do you mean? Yeah, if there's like different sizes they built, but we're doing like an average.
I said I'd give you they're more efficient. I think that is a fair statement.
Trebuchets can launch 130-pound projectiles more than 1,150 feet on average. Catapult shot distance.
I mean, the catapult is really just a shittier version. Like, it's the idiot's trebuchet. The trebuchet is the thinking man's.
The trebuchet, the thinking man's. Oh, okay. I gotta stop getting distracted. Hold on.
If you're gonna talk about that though, then you've got to include, or we're going to include, cannons and that sort of thing, and then it gets all wonky.
Siege ballista.
I feel like I'm one of like the support on like the Death Star trench run. It's like stay on target.
I don't like including ballista in the same category as catapult and trebuchet.
To be fair, we did specify that it's blunted objects and ballista are not blunted.
Exactly.
Okay, alright, here we go. Medieval siege equipment aside. We're not even in Pathfinder yet, guys. We gotta wait. Although I'm begging one of you to take siege weapon proficiency just for the memes. That is a feat you can take in Pathfinder 1. God, I love Pathfinder.
Or you can just go with the 2E kineticist and go metal and wood, and then you can make your own.
You can be the catapult.
Ballista.
All right.
No, you get to create ballista.
Is that an actual ability? That's fucking funny.
Yeah, it's an actual ability.
For some reason, the kineticist also can create apples now. It's a weird thing.
Honestly, even if you just use
telekinesis is bizarre.
even if you just use telekinesis, I mean, you can yeet boulders just as well as almost any siege weapon.
So, recapping from last time. 7 days streak, nice. Okay, recapping from last time, you guys finished fighting those June assassins. You spoke with your contact on the planet. Here, pop up those June assassins again just for visuals. And here is your contact, Elby. Sounded like there was more June assassins waiting for you guys on the planet. You guys were like, fuck that. They're going to have a hard time finding us anyway. And bugged out to finish that job. You guys had a medicine delivery job where you had to pick up supplies on Centus 2, this heavy gravity, like acid cloud world. You were spotted by someone there who turned out to be just like a big fan, and you guys were like, fuck off. Don't take pictures of us.
We were politer than that.
Yeah, you were admittedly politer than that. You were like,
we let them take a picture. We just said they couldn't post it anywhere.
A couple of local miners had some mostly derelict, shitty ships that they tried to corner you guys in because they were just desperate for reward money. Guys showed them some devastating footage of you just decimating pilots. Much to their immediate, like, nope, we're out. Fuck this. No way. But upon delivering the medicine, you got paid some extra cash. I believe it was like 60,000 credits. Always looking good. But sorry, skipping a little bit ahead here. Getting the medicine from this fine gentleman. I love Dr. Golem so much. Extremely paranoid. You guys had to load it very carefully. And during that, as you guys were just loading a ship next to a chain link fence, 2 bounty hunters were like, oh, I'll have a piece of that. And jumped in to try to kill you guys. You made pretty short work of them, despite them throwing out some reality-bending abilities. Zerfine was bending probability herself. Now it's kind of seeing these visions, as they were. Miraculously, the swarm of police officers that were going to show up, in case anyone's wondering, this is what they looked like, the Praeloria Patrol. Most certainly would have been a problem. I also changed a bunch of the stuff in this part of the book, just because of how good that idea was to distract them by just going, like, giving them fodder for their, basically, Cops, the TV show on Praeloria Patrol. I changed a couple things after that. I was like, that's so good. Yeah. Dodged a bullet with them. Technically dodged lasers with them. They did not have kinetic weaponry.
You did say that you had something to share about these 2, like, bounty hunters, and that they were incredibly stupid.
Oh, what did I say about them being stupid? Hold on. Oh,
yeah,
yeah. I forgot I was gonna reveal that to you guys. A lot of the enemies you guys have fought have either, like, tried to surrender or, like, had tried to run away. They're smart. These are real beings with, like, actual ideas. These Warlansi Witch Warper mercenaries, most stat blocks, if they're, specific enough in APs, have, like, during combat, here's, like, probably what they'll do, suggestions on how to DM it. And Starfinder specifically has the morale section. I think it's called something else in Pathfinder. But it's like, oh, like, if they get to X HP, they might leave. Like, or if they're talked to like this, they might stop. Their morale, these Witch Warpers, their morale sentence is, unable to imagine being unlucky enough to die, these mercenaries fight to the death. So
that's phenomenal.
Even when the first one died, the other one was like, couldn't possibly be me.
Like, he's bleeding out, he's critical, he's been stunned, and it's like, I still got this.
Yeah, right up until his dying moment, deeply confident that he had this in the bag. Why?
The fact that they took us when they were outnumbered 2-1 is already saying something.
Yeah, they weren't great at thinking this through. They also could have jumped you, probably more stealthily. They just straight up vaulted the fence and then lit it on fire. They are not subtle.
Our Witch Warpers, they're not the intelligent caster, are they?
No, I think Witch Warpers are charisma.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're charisma. That's also how they were doing a bunch of that weird reality bending stuff, by the way. Witch Warpers kind of reach into parallel dimensions to make their powers work.
Yeah, Roland was running that.
Oh yeah. Dude, I fucking love Witch Warpers. Although if I had to play a player, I'd be a Solarian. I think they're the best. It's fucking cool.
I'd like to try a Solarian sometime, like in a different campaign.
The new... Oh, sorry. Go ahead. No, you're good.
Precog was also of interest to me.
Precog's cool. I was gonna say they made there's always like an iconic for each class in Paizo games as like an example. They made a new iconic. They replaced the previous Solarian iconic for Pathfinder 2e. I love the new iconic. It's this catfolk with like smoldering fingertips because he's just like shooting sun laser guns out of his fingers.
Nice.
Absolute baller. So you guys then made it to Crater, basically this like designated rock that Tarika wanted to meet you guys at, with the Tuna and her private ship. She basically kind of came to you guys with the opinion of like, all right, like half the hired guns in the galaxy are after you, just tons of bounty hunters. Let's lay low for a while. Maybe we can just lay low around here, figure out a way to confront Sinjin. You guys have done a bit of brainstorming with her already. Her pointing out that like, yeah, he's got this like massive fortress and a veritable private army. We need to think of a way to do this. As you guys met up, you're deeply worried once again that Tarika had betrayed you, or perhaps had a listening device. And then you guys realized that, in fact, you guys had 2 listening bugs on your ship, both physical and digital. And that is why the assassins kept beating you to places. However, those have been summarily removed, much to the benefit of the crew. We also did a bit of downtime stuff as well last time, because there was a lot of drift travel and time to get things good. Including in learning how to invest in those same scientists. Alright, well, you didn't bite me, pal, but licking my foot on stream is also kind of weird. We're not here for that energy, bud. Alright. Sorry, my cat's being a little freak down there. Alright. I will say...
like you're being a prude.
If you guys have any questions about where we're at, feel free to ask questions. One note I will give you in this planning phase, I'll probably think of more as we continue the planning, but you are going to be, because there's so many habited moons orbiting this gas giant around Preluria, you guys are able to link into the infosphere here. So effectively, like, you have internet here. Even though you're on a crater, just a rock, there's enough ambient infosphere satellites in this belt that you can tap in. I know you guys already talked about trying to lure him into a cave. You found a very nice, lovely cave locale on one of the nearby asteroids. So I'm going to throw it to you guys now. What is your plan with that? And are you trying to do more research about this whole situation first? Or are you just trying to like get some of his guns, like his hired goons out here to kill? What's your thoughts?
I think we're trying to capture them so we can interrogate them.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll, because I did some like research on them before, sort of figured out that they were June assassins.
Yeah, you didn't know about June assassins. You'd also heard about I mean, there's tons of people gunning for you, but you know that there is at least one assassin who used to be like one of the heirs of the families that owned Jameson, which is like half of Edgecore. It's the J half, which was Medzi. And you from your research, you know that she is like a, less about the money, does love the hunt, loves the challenge. Certainly a world more dangerous than an individual June assassin, likely more dangerous than a squad of June assassins.
Didn't James taunt her?
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
She honestly, I think we decided
Good
that she
nature.
honestly like probably loved it. She's probably like, oh fuck
Yep.
yeah, I'm gonna kill this guy.
And it was kind of a good-natured taunt, to be honest.
I did have one idea, which is if we want to draw him out, it specifically said, the dossiers we got, the one said that I don't have to die, so we may be able to try and convince him that I want to work for him in return for not dying to draw him out, but I'm not sure.
Ooh, interesting.
For Medzi?
No,
for
for
Sinjin.
Sinjin.
For Sinjin.
Yeah.
That
I'd
has
rather.
Just
I
pretend
think-
to be a turncoat.
That's really risky. I'd rather just capture some of their assassins than.
No, we should try and capture assassins first, but I'm just saying that's like an option later if we need it.
that gives Big Averin vibes, and that nearly killed you.
Yeah, well, yes. Yes.
How,
A little bit.
how quick we forget.
Well, you know.
Well, what you thinking? You trying to just lure those people out first, just some randos to that cave?
Yeah, I think we'll send a quote unquote message to Tarika saying that we want to meet on like our ambush asteroid inside a cave.
Are you trying to have this intercepted, or are you just like telling her to like that's your plan right now?
Well, no, I think the idea was using basically bounce around the belt a couple times and use the bugs that were planted in order to send a false message
Okay,
back.
so
Yeah, because we never turned off the bugs.
The idea is
you shut them down, but like not. I think with your check you probably like I don't think you leave them running free. I think you have them like well isolated enough that they're in like control, if that makes sense.
the idea
Okay.
I had was send a false message, have them go to the asteroid first. They'll probably like drop off half their team, and then the other half will stay in their ship. And we can just blow up their fucking ship, and then if we need to, we can throw grenades inside the cave until they die. Or surrender. Either works.
Okay.
Aren't we trying to capture one of them? Wasn't that the whole point of this?
Are you follow-up question? So you're going to this moon with the cave. Are you guys trying to like park your ship nearby so it's obvious? Like, are you trying to be like, hey, look, like we are in this cave, and like jump them there?
I think we wait until we wait because they might go there first to drop off their guys.
Yeah, I think the goal was for them to try and to get them in a position where they think they're setting up an ambush, and then we just come with our ship and blow them to pieces.
Yeah.
Okay, so trying to blow their ship into pieces. Got it. I would say then, as you're sending these false signals, I think it's gonna be two things. All right, you know what? Let's we'll make it a group check. We need a majority success here. So you need to succeed at 2 out of 3 checks. One is computers to make sure you're handling this bug situation correctly. One is just like bluffing, trying to be like, oh yeah, we actually are in, you know, gonna be here, ready to be jumped, etc., etc. And the third one is just gonna be piloting from Shaw, because this place is still crawling with Praelorian patrol vessels, so you're trying to avoid that.
Well, I think we know who's doing which checks.
Yeah, I
Yep.
think it's pretty set. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'd say go for your checks.
All right.
Do we want me to re-roll the 32?
Yeah.
Okay. I will use a re-roll on that.
I'm using the adornment thingy. God damn it. How many times have I done that where I just roll worse?
It's literally every time. I don't know that it hasn't happened that way.
37. 37.
Okay. And you're piloting for 4. Okay, that's a group. The check is a group success. You get the feeling that this bait has been placed successfully. So, I think we're gonna do some theater of the mind for now that might result in starship combat then. So you're trying to catch them like once they've landed and like powered off the ship.
Yeah, like maybe as soon as they power. Do we want to like as soon as they power off the ship, just blow it up, or do we want to wait for them to like get into the cave a bit?
We're waiting for at least some people to disembark because we're trying to take prisoners. If we
Yes.
just blow up the ship with all of them on it, it defeats the purpose.
Okay.
Yeah, but given like they shut off the ship and like, do we wait for them to like just get out of the ship or just wait for them to get into the cave first?
I think we wait for them to get into the cave. That way we can cut off the exit.
Solid question. Solid point.
In theory, if we blew up their ship and we had time to spare, how the asteroid we're doing this on, how easy would it be to just blow it up?
The asteroid? I had you roll for a good cave. I'm gonna say
Nothing is as intimidating as the asteroid you're on being blown up with no way of escaping.
You could always bluff them. I
If
think
you
need to do that.
survive that, I don't think you survive if an asteroid you're on blows up.
We need these guys are assassins. They're professionals. They're not just going to be like. We might have to. I don't think one shot's going to blow the asteroid up. I'm saying we tell them what's going on, either surrender or we'll blow up the asteroid. And if they hesitate, we shoot a couple shots as a warning.
Okay.
We
I'm not
also
saying,
can
I understand if we blow up the asteroid that we can't take any prisoners.
Yeah, we can also use, the ship to ground obscene damage rolls to take one of them out.
It is times
That too.
10 damage on a terrestrial target. I will say it might be hard to if they're in a tight enough cluster, you might hit more than one. These are like
Not precision weapons.
Yeah, they're not. These are not precision weapons.
We can figure it out, but I think getting rid of the ship is the first step.
Okay, I'm gonna say.
We want them marooned on that rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are always making me think of new roles to do here. So I'm gonna say, as you guys are letting them come over to this cave on the asteroid, we're gonna do. Well, actually, I'm gonna throw it to you guys. See what roles you think would help with this. You're gonna all 4 of you need to do at least one roll that you think would help obscure your position. They are gonna be opposing it with their science officer,
All right,
who's trying
Scorpio,
to just scan the system.
What role do you have? What skills do you have?
All right. I would like to do stealth, but if you allow it, and this still is an effect, if I remember, you still said from downtime last time when I did my stealth VR training, I got at least a slight bonus to the roll.
Yeah, I'd say
What
so.
What is your stealth bonus?
Default is +10.
I think I said it had a +2 or a +4, something like that. But you will have
Is
a
that-
bonus.
Is that your best skill, or what else?
Other ones I've got diplomacy, which is 11. I've got athletics at 12, and I got acrobatics at 14.
Do you want to? What was your athletics again?
12.
How many points do you have in it? Because aren't you high strength?
Yep, I am. My strength is +4.
Which should be a career skill. So Do you have 7 points in athletics?
Acrobatics is what I have more points in, because that's my highest one at plus 14.
Okay, I was gonna say maybe do the whole helping refining the engine thing, but
Hasn't I thought we banned Scorpio from the engine room.
That
Is
might
it
be
so
a
smart?
refined,
I'm sure
a
you mean
refined
use-
edict, not a
You specifically
ship-wide
banned
edict.
me from the engine room, and I'm just like DW from Arthur, where it's like, this sign doesn't mean anything to me because I can't read.
God, I love Arthur.
does it still smell like peanut butter in there? Refined.
Oh yeah, of course.
It's like peanut butter after it gets like really melty.
If
I-
I could see Scorpio assisting in the engine room at great protest from Refine, like being forced upon her by the others. Just deal
Like,
with
look,
it a
I
bit
promise I won't bring in any food this time.
All right.
Oddly enough, after that episode, I actually bought an Uncrustable for the first time.
Dude, did it change
pretty
your life? Yeah, it's pretty good.
more.
You know how many I eat just because I fucking buy them for my kid? A lot.
So, I think obviously Shaw's going to do piloting, or fine between like computers and engineering. You're going to do one of those, right?
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, because like I could maybe make
Or-
a case for myself doing a stealth roll, and I have a really good bonus. I'm just wondering, because I don't think you'll whatever your stealth roll is. I don't think you'll beat the assassins. Is the problem? But that being
Right,
said,
and
I
it's
don't
certainly
know.
not going to be whatever you're going to get. I got you.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just don't know what else you would do. Is the problem? So I think if I roll stealth, it's almost a guaranteed
Okay.
success.
I have my roles for their captain and supporting
you're-
science officer roles.
I think maybe just do if you have the like bonus to your stealth, maybe just go for that, and then I'll or
No.
no.
I think doing strength in the engineering to help Refine probably makes the most sense.
Yeah.
And having
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
James
what's your-
do stealth.
What was your bluff and diplomacy at again?
Let me double check here. Bluff, I didn't put anything in it. I just got +2 by my diplomacy. I've got 11.
And your athletics was plus.
12.
I say either athletics for the engine or diplomacy to try and like convince some of the patrol to like stay away. It's like, oh no, we're just mining for like minerals out here. You don't have to worry about us.
Well, this is being
Everything
opposed
signed-
by the bounty hunters ship.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Everything
So,
finds out
probably-
here. Situation normal. How are you?
Yeah, maybe just do the athletics and I'll do the stealth.
All right, I'm fine with that.
All right. Hit me with athletics, stealth, piloting, and I assume computers.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
37.
think I stay with that.
Yeah, you have a better chance of it being worse.
Yeah, I got a
Take the
14. I'm
42.
probably not going to get much better than that.
Mm.
But 26 total.
All right.
Well-
Even with their captain helping them in the Vermilance ship, they touch down without seeing you. So they're landing on this cave. You would assume.
Wait.
Go ahead.
More importantly, Scorpio roll to see how much peanut butter you get in the engine room.
Oh god.
Okay, what do I roll for?
All right,
that?
give me a D4 plus 4, which is just the each one unit in that is like one dropped
Uncrustable.
Uncrustables worth of peanut butter. Yeah, just Uncrustables that you like fumble, like oh I'll just get a new one rather than pick it up.
So that's
7 Uncrustables worth. It's a hefty,
Damn, that's a lot.
it's a hefty portion. We'll say just for variety,
You're the best.
you got a couple strawberry jelly in there, you got a couple of grape, we're mixing it up.
It's like if you look on the ship in James's room.
Definitely banned now.
It's like if you look in James's room, it's like the wall like comes apart and there's like an armory of weapons. You go in Scorpio's room, The wall comes apart, and there's like a stash of Uncrustables wall to wall.
Just like multiple mini fridges like, hidden behind a panel.
Which
I love the
they're-
idea that you guys have taken this like reality bending cargo containers, and then like each of you has a mini one in your room. It's like weapons, and then just a bunch of snacks.
Well, they were on sale, and they were on sale, so I had to make sure I
Gotta buy
I
it
bought them
all.
in bulk.
Gotta buy them in bulk, baby.
The,
That's
the
key.
crazy part about this that you all have to remember is that Refine doesn't actually use a room on the ship. She just uses the engine room.
Oh, that's right. And
Just
being an
like-
android,
so
you don't have to eat
Scorpio
either.
has been doing this effectively to Refine's bedroom.
What does Refine sleep on in there? Or just like, is she in a chair? Is it just like a shitty hammock strung between like energy conduits that are like
The floor.
actively-
The floor.
Just the floor. Just cold. Just,
Yeah, the floor.
Just like the fucking like metal decking.
And also, being an android, you
Incredible.
don't have
We
to
love to
She,
see
eat,
it.
she
right?
puts like a cushion on SB to act as a pillow.
I'm pretty sure there's a few
Just giving
like
the bot a pillow is so good. That's so in character, and I love it.
I'm pretty sure there's like a few surfaces in an engine room that would become so hot that it would burn peanut butter and just it would be like caked on, and you have to get like a knife to
Oh.
scrape it off.
Look, I'm just saying,
Yeah, what do you say?
a few of SB's instant aquariums are getting used in this engine room for cleaning at some point.
Just letting them soak. We gotta soak it out.
Just to try and
Putting the engine room in the dishwasher cycle.
yeah, exactly.
God,
You know,
that's...
maybe there's a soap grenade somewhere that I can find.
I just imagine like
Oh
new
my
character
God.
comes in, is in Scorpio's old room. It's like, why does it smell like peanut butter?
If you use downtime when you're in between planet jumps next time, I'll let you make a soap grenade. If that's
Okay, cool.
if that's
There's
your
actually a
downtime goal,
down.
I will allow.
There is actually a tidying up downtime activity.
That's deeply funny. I'm all
Like,
Well,
and the
I
funniest
guess
part is,
that's
depending
what-
on how well you clean, you can actually find random items.
You roll a nat one,
Well-
and Scorpio just comes in at some point and gets more peanut butter in.
Yep.
all right.
No,
so,
definitely next time we travel, that's what's going on. Is cleaning up the peanut butter.
you guys see this crazy. You would assume immediately, by the way, that this is another June Assassin ship because your contact told you what they were piloting. Might not be the same one as the planet you were on. It could be a different June ship. But this is again one of those Vermolith ships. So this like was a big rock-eating asteroid monster that has been, their corpses are then repurposed into these ships. See, this like very organic looking, like a lot of like smoothed out ridges with gun mounts. Touchdown. Give me a perception check. I'll say anyone can use the scopes to like look out the sensors. 32. Okay. You guys see a squad of 4 leave the ship. Ship seems to be powered down.
All right.
Give them a few minutes to get dug into the cave before we open fire on the ship.
Sounds good. Guess we wait a couple minutes, and then once they're firmly inside, we'll light them up with the particle cannons.
Yeah, because it's either they take off right away and those 4 guys are stranded, or they try to wait for their crew to get on board and we just light them up.
I will say, I think the risk here is basically how long you want to give them to walk away from the ship so they can't just run back in and try to take off, versus just letting all of them get into the cave and you won't be able to hit them.
I think
we
we
give
just let them get into the cave because we can deal with that later.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's just full into
We're,
the cave.
we're
Because if we take out the
Yeah.
ship, then they're trapped there unless they like send for backup. But
guys-
backup could take ages.
Yeah, you guys kind of like, magnify the image. You can see some of them pulling out like knives and pistols. Some of them use like pulling the tattoos off their body to make these rifles. You see All of them kind of like flick on head beams on their helmets as they kind of like pan around and head into the cave. What weapon do you use to just like detonate their ship? Or a couple of weapons. I'm gonna say you don't need to roll. You can just do this.
It'd be
Cool.
both of our particle guns.
Yeah, like both me and Scorpio firing a shot.
All right, just particle beams lancing down. Without their shielding active, you see the beams almost seem to skewer through this like armored, reinforced carapace, a mixture of like chitin and steel, and just like pin it like a bug under glass to the asteroid. And the second one hits, goes straight through again to the surface, and just like a brief mushroom cloud of debris. It is airless on this asteroid, so the bright white of the explosion on your view screen fades to like yellow, then orange, and like a dull red before the heat just dissipates into the void. I'm gonna assume you guys touch down to go after them, or are you trying to like hail them from the ship?
I think we hail them from the ship.
Yeah, you mind if I lead?
I'd
Go
say you start broadcasting on an open signal.
So, well. Looks like
Fucking hit him with the well.
pretty much.
Hell yeah. Okay, continue. I love it. Is that all you say to them before you stop?
Looks like you've fallen into our trap. And I don't think you have many options.
Give me an intimidate check. All right. There's kind of just like static on this open frequency, probably for a good like 45 seconds. Like it's getting close to a minute. You think like maybe they didn't hear, and then you hear one of the June respond, and they're just like, "So, what's this? You found out you're being tracked? Thought you'd get a couple of us off your tail? It's not gonna do you a lot of good. Golden Week's just gonna send more."
That's not really a problem for us. I don't know if you've... did they tell you about all of the other crews they sent after us? Or did they tell you you were the first?
We've seen the dossiers. Can we ask who we're speaking to? Of the four of you?
Wilco.
Sniper. I can appreciate that. I can appreciate the craft involved. Listen. This is kind of a no-win scenario for you and for us right now. Maybe we could make that mutually beneficial. If a couple of you give up a couple, it's bounties for us. We go back to our boss happy. A couple of you get to live.
I mean,
What do you think?
we're not exactly in a rush here. We could just blow the asteroid up and then go on to the next plan.
I would say give me a bluff check that you to see if they think your weaponry could actually destroy the whole asteroid.
We're willing to try. I'll use the adornment.
Okay, hit me with the adornment. I can't wait for it to be exactly one lower. That's the classic.
Did it not?
Did it roll?
For fuck's sake.
Worse.
Okay.
Much worse.
I'll tell you the only way they don't see through this is if it's an @1. They have a good sense motive. It was close. It was a 2, but they still do it.
I mean, I'll cut to the chase. We're not giving anyone up.
Well, you're not gonna get us out of there with ship weaponry, so are you leaving us here, or are you coming down?
I mean, let's level. Let's level. You know we're after your boss, right? And to be entirely fair, he's kind of a moron. He's had a tracker on us for how long, and has done nothing with it.
Ooh.
We're gonna get him eventually. It's only a matter of time.
That's tough.
And when he's dead, you're free.
this is a man who's not afraid to see his own family die. Look, he grew up real close to 3 of his cousins. 2 of them died doing Sinjin's orders, and he didn't bat a fucking eye.
Yeah, but the difference right now is that Sinjin's days are numbered. He's going to die. The only question is, do you want to die with him? Or do you want to go and be free like me? And not have to deal with the Golden League's horseshit?
I think there's a pause because you know that they like thought about that, and like one of them had those notes in the dossier. But I think you just hear like the like rack of a rifle being charged, and it's like, guess you'll have to come find out.
Wait. If you guys are charging rifles, surely that means that sorry, this is out of character. Does it sound like it's being charged in like a come get us, or a like one of them's charging it so that the others don't do shit?
Oh,
Or
like
are
one
we
of
able
them's
to
holding
tell?
them up at gunpoint?
Yeah. Yeah.
You unfortunately you think it's probably the former. They are like fucking.
Okay.
We're well paid. We're well trained. This is our whole purpose in life. If this isn't going to work as a deal that benefits both parties, to our
Giving up half of
satisfaction,
our crew for a
then we're ready.
giving up half our crew for the bounties is not resolving against anybody's satisfaction.
I mean, as far as Sinjin goes, as far as Sinjin knows, this was just an ambush where we took out all of his assassins. If he asked, like, we'll just say we killed you all.
I'd say you can give me one more intimidate check on them. I think they cut comms.
Is that like a will save or something?
I basically just pretty much I rolled them with a save.
Oh,
It's the bitches.
I mean, these are
Well.
these are assassins that you know from before. Like they were motivated enough to fight to the death, like fight to a man, to a woman last time.
You know, we may not have to blow up the asteroid, but we can cave in. We can cause a cave in.
even if we
Then you
don't,
wouldn't have someone
they-
to question.
Yeah, but then there's
We
not
can just
somebody who can
wait.
tell Sinjin.
well,
We cause a cave in, and then we just wait.
before we do anything else, we are also discussing looking at it from a technical point of view. Refine, do you think you'd be able to trace the bugs back to the source?
I don't know. Don't know.
Mm,
I
I'd
think it
say
would be
give me
difficult.
a-
I
give
think
me
it
a
would be
com-
difficult.
I think you learned last time that you're like maybe it'd be exceedingly difficult. You weren't even sure if it was possible.
Yeah. It would be really difficult. I will say, if the assassins don't report back, right? Oh wait, no, they've got the info screen. That makes it more difficult.
Yeah.
Um.
It probably already reported.
Yeah.
I think you get. I mean, they probably report at least that they were like setting down before their ship blew up.
Can their personal comms access the infosphere, or would they need the ship?
You think without the ship acting as a like even you guys need the ship to act as a relay for you. Like if you were just standing on the surface of Crater in your armor, you wouldn't be receiving like internet.
I'm just saying, we cause a cave in, we just wait. They may be happy now, but how will they feel, in 2 weeks when they haven't eaten anything?
I'm not
Yeah,
particularly
you guys
inclined.
burn in 2 weeks.
I'm not particularly
Well,
inclined to
that's-
waste 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You guys also aren't sure if like do they have rations? Do they not have rations?
You
How-
said that
how
there were
long-
four. You said there were 4 of them, right?
There were 4. I would say unequivocally, you know that it was just 4 of them. You guys got pretty high perception checks. There's no like hidden 5th or 6th members of this crew.
What's the dimensions of these of this cave? Like how far in does it go?
I think you have the sense it goes pretty deep, but more than likely, if they were to try to defend themselves, it'd be closer to the front because there's more defendable ridges there.
Yeah. I think maybe like somebody sticks inside of the tuna, maybe refine and just like hovers like just above the ground as like fire support, and then me, Shaw, and Scorpio go down. And maybe fire like one shot to like start to cause a cave in, so they have to make a
I was
choice.
gonna say, we that
I would say that would definitely be a gunnery check to not just like basically make the cave rumble, maybe drop a few rocks without actually risking a cave in. Would be a gunnery check. Like rolling high is like you did it accurately enough, found a strong point on your sensors that you're not just gonna crush them.
Do you want me to do that then, and then, or you have full ranks in piloting, right, Refine?
Excuse me.
yeah, I've got decent piloting. I've
And
got
we also-
20 ranks in piloting.
And the VI can also
20
just handle
ranks?
Or not 20, 12 ranks, but 20 total piloting.
I think
Okay,
that's
I
pretty good.
understand.
That's decent, because is it a career skill for you, or is it not?
Yeah, it is.
I think same thing. Just shoot a shot and then.
All right, I'd say give me as if you're actually firing the tuna's weaponry.
Well, do the three of us want to like, if we go outside, like, get in some cover and just go prone, and just ready to light them up if they try to
I want to
run?
bring you guys to a different map with a version of the tuna touchdown on the planet.
It's a piloting check from me. Is that what it is?
Yeah, so that's like your rear hangar right here.
Okay.
You said it was a gunnery, so it would be your ranks plus your
Um,
deck.
Yeah,
Right?
for pilot. Yeah, you're using piloting.
Is that including the three
it's your-
from the
it's-
class skill?
Not the actual skill. You're basically rolling a d20 plus your however many ranks you've put into piloting plus your dex.
Okay.
So like
So
if you
is
put
this-
10 points into it and you have plus 3 dex, you'll get a d20 plus 13, for example. This is like the
Okay,
front
so-
of the cave. I tried to mark it more with the line.
1d20 plus 5 plus 17.
Don't roll just yet. Shaw, Scorpio, you guys want to set up like over here?
All right, yeah, that sounds good. Because that way we're keeping an eye on.
I'd
I'm
say
also,
cover
before we
needed.
do this,
Yeah, I'd say if
I'm
you
gonna
guys
use
are like
my
touching
eyes.
down, you can pretty quickly run over and take cover. Like you're like, I imagine your ship is kicking up a lot of gray asteroid dust right now. I'll say
Yeah.
you guys can position yourself wherever. This is the highest ground and point of cover. This crevasse will probably give you a little bit of cover, but not as much.
I'll go prone, and then I'll kick up the cloaking field.
And then, sorry,
gonna
Refine, what were you saying about
use-
the ship stuff?
I assume
I'll
it's a
also go
standard
prone.
action.
Yeah, I'd say this will be a standard action if we're doing by combat time.
Cool.
Here,
I'm
I'll
gonna
put
use
us
my
in.
eyes to give myself the free d20 roll
Ooh,
for the
There-
round.
That's so cool with the rest of them being out of the ship. Like, there's just this moment. You guys don't see, like, Refine in, like, the hum of the engine, closes her eyes brief, like, picturing the future of this shot. Probably sees a bad future, is like, maybe I do something else.
Well, I've got that for the entire round, effectively, to give to
Yeah, you can give
any
it,
roll
you
I
can give it to
want.
someone else. I was gonna think, oh, if it's good, I'll describe it as, like, you saw the shot where it needed to go, but, presumably you saw something else that we'll find out about in a minute.
All right. Does anyone have a reroll?
I'll
Yeah.
burn one for you.
Oh, okay.
Did you roll the same for?
Yeah, I did.
We love consistency.
Fine, you've had the worst luck the last couple of sessions.
Out of combat, though, killing it.
Yeah, I guess I need to roll initiative.
Even worse.
All right,
Even
Refine.
Balls of ball.
I'm gonna need you to roll me a D100. Or actually, let's do a D4. I don't think you'd get all, even on a failed shot, you wouldn't get all of them. Give me a D4 -1 roll, minimum 1. Can't get a 0. you're probably going to crush at least one person in this cave in.
I think we're actually totally fine with that.
You got to make an example.
2.
Okay, so I don't think you would know this right away because you can't see into the cave, but yeah, effectively 2 of them have been squashed.
Do you mind if we take a quick
Alright.
break? My family needs my help to go move something real quick.
Yeah, we can take a quick pause. I need to run to the
Yeah.
bathroom anyway. So that works for me. Here, I'll put us on
Thanks.
pause on the stream.
I got myself another
There we go.
Uncrustable.
Good. God, if only we could get sponsored by Uncrustables. Can you even imagine?
It's either that or Bad
Weird.
Dragon.
Weird sort of. It's like, yes, those are the things we get for sponsorships: Bad Dragon and Uncrustables.
What a
Yeah,
combo.
Ben, your NASCAR would have some very strange sponsors on it.
Yeah, it's fair. It's fair. All right. So 2 died. Everyone's got their initiative.
I'm in the ship. Oh, I need to put Espy somewhere.
Yeah. Go ahead and drop Espy, and then everyone give me a perception check as well.
Espy is sitting in like the entrance, ready to toss down a grenade at a moment's notice.
Perception,
Well-
you say?
That is what I say.
I will also say blind sense 60 feet.
Miserable. Oh yeah, and I can toggle on the invisibility detector.
Then I need to roll some things here.
It's a move action to do that. I can do that while we're getting in position.
Okay. James, that will become relevant shortly. It's just not relevant yet.
They're trying to be sneaky.
Look, I do what I can.
Are any of them making stealth checks, Ben?
They will in a second, yes. I was trying to do some thinking over here. Alright, I'm rolling stealth for the remaining 2. I assume one of them gets a 4.
Whichever one got higher, I want to become a 4.
Okay. So, hold on. I'm going to put my dice up on my keyboard so I remember who... So, this is now a 4. The other one... Okay.
Or dumb bastard.
Just fucking trips on a huge rock. Okay. And let's see, perception 31, 38, 21. You guys don't see. First of all, you only see 1 out of 4. Basically, you don't know that 2 of the 4 are dead.
But we do see one.
You do see one pretty immediately. She trips. She's kind of trying to go to this little like slow ridge. Other one presumably nearby. I'm gonna roll her in. Okay, not incredible. I think it just beats Refine. Okay. Sorry, I'm just checking my notes here. Alright, let's sort this order. Okay. James, you're like prone. You said you're like focused up on the cave.
Shaw is also prone.
All right. The rest of you don't notice this at first, because it's not quite apparent. However, James, you can feel the approach of 4 underground entities coming from one inside the cave, one to the the east, one to the west, and another one to the south outside of the cave.
Does this seem like the assassins?
You don't think the assassins could burrow. These things are for sure underground. Like they're in the asteroid, not in a cave in the asteroid.
Oh, okay.
Basically with blind sense, they're all pretty close, in varying degrees within 60 feet of you is how you're feeling them. The cave one might be a little bit outside, but I'll say you got it.
I'll shout out something's trying to sneak up on us from underground.
You get the sense they took their like first turn. They were first in initiative order, just to close in on this location. So now it is actually Shaw in the initiative order.
All right. So seeing. All right. Shaw looks over. I'll try and injure, but we need to be careful not to. We need to shoot non-lethal at some point. So, I'm gonna make.
I was wondering if anyone was going to remember that when there's already
Yes.
two dead.
Grab
So.
a stick and twist it.
Twist his dick. Such a funny video.
All right, I'll go ahead and open fire. What do you guys think? Do I think I just fire once, or do you think I go full, rock and roll early on? They weren't particularly squishy.
Yeah, get some damage in.
All right,
Fuck 'em
Soldier's
up.
Onslaught.
All right, so
Against
Soldier's
EAC.
Onslaught. Okay. Sorry, my message from about my kid. Had to check really quick. Okay. So. God, I have too many tabs open for this. Okay. That is. All three are gonna hit the one that's exposed.
Okay.
So is it, let's see, 37, 29, 31. Devastating.
So 97 damage off the bat.
Definitely bloodied after 97. SP, kind of midway out of the cargo hold.
All right. So because I learned we were going to be fighting, or I assumed we might be fighting these things, SP prepared a slightly different grenade than last time
Fighting
in one of the grenade slots.
Assumed you'd fight the assassins.
Yeah, well, I assumed we were gonna. If we weren't gonna fight the assassins, I assumed I was gonna have the reset of the day to make a new
That's
set of
fair.
grenades.
That's a fair point. Okay, so fucking launch it at me.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw a foam grenade.
Just having a
Which
foam
has a
rave,
20-foot radius. I'm gonna throw it basically
God, do I have a foam
right
effect?
here, so it hits this. Well, so what it does,
These foam effects
we'll
look
actually
real
put it here
questionable.
because then it will fit all the stuff. Is it's effectively fire
foamy?
extinguisher stuff.
Oh, okay.
So fire suppressant foam. It ends all active fires, removes burning condition and corrode from anything hit within the space. Doesn't do any damage, but I figure a massive blast of foam is going to show where anyone is, or more importantly, is not, and will leave footprints. Because unlike
Is
the
there
water, the foam does not say anywhere that it goes away.
All right. So here's a bunch of foam. God. All right. Let's see. Is there a reflex save for the foam?
There is not.
All right. I'm gonna.
It just puts foam in the entire area.
Interesting. I think I'll probably give her a reflex save. It wouldn't stop footprints, but the hidden one might be able to die behind something that get caked in foam first.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna say you don't see her immediately, but you get the sense that if they maneuver anywhere in here, they're gonna reveal themselves. And they are up next,
Okay.
so they probably will reveal themselves here.
I guess I would have again. Shaw would have emphasized after the initial hit. It was like, all right, looks like she's injured. Let's try and take her in alive.
You see one kind of stumbling out. They're gonna have to not use stealth for trick attack anymore, which is unfortunate. Because that is their best
For
skill.
them.
That's true. Okay, what's their... They're gonna try a bluff here, probably. I think is their next highest. They better bluff or intimidate. Bluff, okay. Alright, they are... They wouldn't have encountered the ones you fought. So I'm going to say they don't know to kill Esky right away. But I think they will follow the adage of trying to kill the tank and both shoot Shaw.
Did you also go prone, Shaw?
I did.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
effectively -4 for them hitting you. What's your KAC, Shaw?
It is ordinarily 34.
4. Okay.
So-
one of them will still hit. But the other one, because you're prone, the shot goes over your head. You hear it like whoosh right over.
Okay.
It's gonna be wow. They rolled really well. 50 damage.
That's smart.
But yeah, through the phone, they are both pretty fucking obviously here. Refine, you are still on the ship. If you're in the engine room, I'd say it'd probably take you.
I'm in one of the guns.
Oh, you're in one of the guns. All right, hold on. Let me look at the actual ship map really quick.
Don't worry though, I'm not moving out of the guns yet.
Okay. Well, if it becomes relevant, you are, so that's gonna be above. Okay, with the elevator to bring you back down from the turret, because I'm pretty sure you're on one of the turrets, right? It's like 170 feet to get to where SB is standing.
Okay. So, first question. Where is, like, the entrance to the cave relative to us? Or is the ship in the cave, or is the ship at, like, the opening?
No. This red line is like the opening to the cave.
Cool. In that case, Refine is gonna shoot one of the guns, just at a location on the asteroid, like, off of the map over here.
What's your goal with this? Just so I
If
can
the
make a list.
things that are coming are responding to tremors, I want there to be huge tremors elsewhere.
Interesting. What type of gun are you shooting?
The only weapons we have are the 2 persistent particle beams and the laser net. We don't have any missile or projectile weapons.
Okay.
Did we not have one of the chain things?
Those
Well,
are
if
gone.
not, then, yeah, I'll shoot one of the particle cannons, I guess.
You're gonna make me read a lot of stuff here. Hold on.
Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Just gonna look up some quantum physics stuff really quick.
I'm also just gonna quickly re-roll my my d20 for the round because I'm not moving. It's a 10. Not super useful, but
Particle beams. Hold on, guys. I gotta read this Wikipedia article really quick. Okay. The particle's kinetic energy is impacted to matter in the target, inducing near instantaneous and catastrophic superheating at the surface. When penetrating deeper, ionization effects can destroy electrons. Okay. Alright. That Wikipedia page became very relevant. You're shooting it at a point on the ground relative to this map to the east, to the right.
Yes, that's correct.
I think, James, you feel in Blind Sense, the one that was coming from the east, you sense it's turning. It's going to go back that way.
Alright.
Some very interesting interactions here that we'll explain once this is actually, the fight's done.
Seen Tremors.
I will.
That worked not for the reasons that Refine wanted it to work.
It's cool. It's cool. I'll take
It still
it.
worked. There's still like some fucking force is veering away from you guys now.
I will say my gun is completely silent, by the way. Like, it's like super text silencer. It doesn't make any noise.
Oh, for sure. I mean, you're also like in a vacuum right now.
That too.
Like, you guys are pretty much getting like comms to comms. That was probably just a bright particle beam flash with like no noise that just like impacted the horizon.
It's also part flash suppressor.
that is funny.
Anyway,
yeah. So I guess that's
here's where things get really disgusting, though, Ben. Because I'm not quite done yet.
James's turn.
All right,
hey,
all right.
Hit me
We
with
can
it.
do that then.
No. Hit me. Fucking lay it on me.
All right. Well, nothing about the eyes said that you could only use the move action to roll once a round.
What do you mean?
And because I've got my hypergraft, I can give myself a second move action.
Does it specify that it's a move action? Is that how it's phrased?
Yep.
Yeah, then that would work.
So I'm just going to take another d20 roll, and now I'll have access to them both for this round.
Efficient for a crit.
18
I'll
is
take
still
the
good.
18. I'll take the 18.
Okay. Alright, take
That'll
it.
help deal with the fact that we're lower because of non-lethal stuff.
Right.
Also going to make sure whoever we knock unconscious, we need to get them on the ship real quick. Otherwise, before these things make off with our interrogation target.
James, that's you.
All right, I'll try to take a shot at the one that's full health.
Okay, full health one. Yep. She's got cover, but you're ignoring it. But even ignoring it.
I am going to re-roll that.
Okay.
Actually, you're fine. Hook me up.
Do we think that we should save the 18 for if Scorpio or Shaw goes for the injured one with non-lethal?
No. We need to get their
Alright.
health down before we start doing non-lethal stuff.
I'd rather get
Yeah.
that 81 through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm going to give him the 18.
All right, cool. Con save.
You
So
punks.
gross that you could do that after you see the roll.
You punks. Yeah, sure, I can do it. Well, fuck you, nat 20.
All right, then he's not.
Still takes 81
Does
damage.
still take 81 damage, which is bloodied. All right, Scorpio.
All right. Check distance here. Slightly out of range. All right. I'll go ahead and hang here for now, and just let's see here. Well, it's been working well for me so far, so I'll just go ahead and take a shot at this one with my semi-auto pistol.
All right.
So it'll be 26 against KAC.
That will hit. This is even with cover. That's the bottom or the top one. Sorry.
The bottom one.
Bottom one. Much closer to death now.
All right. I didn't really hear a question. Question real quick, you
Yeah.
guys. What do you think? Should I hang here, or do you think I should try to move up some?
Move
do you
up
guys think?
some.
Okay.
All right. So I guess like Scorpio will take the shot there. He's like, all right, I'm moving in. Cover me.
Got your back.
5, 10. Let me go check my movement here real quick. 30. All right, a 30 movement puts me there. So, yep, that'll do for me.
All right, so that goes to there, and one of them has veered off, but the others are going to be in range to do charge attacks.
I did what I could. I'm sorry, friends.
Hey,
Let's
you
go.
got rid of one of them.
I mean, one of them's going for the assassins too, so
So if you guys
That's
want to
a
do
problem,
a
though.
check or a was it physical science check?
Life science, I would assume.
Life science, sorry, yeah. This is life science.
Nope.
These are a species of asteroid-dwelling creature in this belt called Veshrid. You didn't get a very high roll, but I will tell you were fine because you're the one that made that shot. Veshrid are extremely capable, not of sensing vibration, but of sensing heat. Which persistent particle beams would create a pool of heat at that location. You would actually know that they are, when their plates are active like this and like lowered close to their body, they're much harder to hit. They can actually like release the plates, kind of like let them like go back up, and their thermal energy detection goes out to a mile, which is how they noticed you guys.
All right. I will say, they're kind of adorable.
All right, fair enough.
They somewhat remind me of this dude.
You know, I can't see it.
Hold on. Oh, you put it in Discord. I was trying to figure it out. Okay, let's see. Alt tab. Yeah. Was Bantu or whatever?
Bantu from like
Yeah.
Lilo and Stitch.
Lilo and Stitch. Actually,
Yeah.
weirdly, just put a new pop sock on the back of my phone. Was the only one they had available. It is Stitch, weirdly enough.
Sure, interesting.
All right, so these guys can charge and make full attacks. It's part of their abilities. The top left guy has fucked off for now. Might come back, might not. We'll see what happens with him later. These two are coming in like this. And one of them comes in on one of these people, one of the assassins. The odds of it just flat killing this assassin are pretty high.
Go save the assassin Scorpion.
Well, that's what I was trying to do in the first place, but okay.
I will say I
Okay,
am
one
immune
hit,
to-
one miss. What's the damage on this? Is piercing. You see this weird circular mouth just burst out of the ground, close over this assassin's head at the neck, and just bite it off. She's full dead.
Well,
There is now only one of them.
congratulations, you won the lottery.
The other two are both make full attacks. We'll start with James.
I am immune to the prone condition, the prone debuff, by the way.
Oh, okay, that could save you. Potentially. Okay, so they're gonna each do a bite and a claw. That means that the first one without the bonus, it's 31 KAC against James.
It's
Okay, then the other one's gonna hit too.
God damn it.
All right. Attack number 1, 28, and then 32. Piercing and then slashing, if those matter to you.
Yep.
Shaw, coming in on you now.
I do have the penalty for this one, unfortunately.
You do have the penalty. Okay, noted. Plus the 4. 39 on the first one.
Hell yes.
26 on the second one.
That misses.
All right. So just the bite goes through. Kind of, you see some of these fangs. Always terrifying to find a beast that is somehow teeth like puncturing through shields and metal. But it is gonna do literally minimum damage, 17 to you.
All right.
2 1s on the dice, baby. They don't have any other special things they can do right now. So that was the Veshred. Now it is Shaw.
All right. Move action. I'm going to get to my feet, so I'm not getting as beaten up.
Are we more worried about
need to make sure-
all or the assassin?
The assassin.
The assassin. I'll be all right. I can get them off Wilco. I don't get to full attack, but I am going to, using the Sintered Star Knife I have as the bayonet, I'm going to try and smack one of these things. Since I had to use a move action to get up. Against KAC?
Against KAC, they do have their thermal plating down right now. That will still hit, though.
Alright, 33 damage. That's not bad for a bayonet.
You get the sense that it is reducing it somewhat with these just, like, thick scales. They are giving it DR.
Yeah, not much I can do about that.
But it's still a pretty... I mean, with 33, still pretty significant.
That is my turn. Again, just trying to make myself as much the target as possible so they don't bite down on Wilco.
Fair enough. SP?
All right. SP's gonna throw an instant aquarium down on the one and the assassin.
Okay. I'm just going to assume that washes away some of the foam.
Yeah, probably.
A
A lot of it probably dissolves in the water.
Is this weird, like, white, fizzy water surrounding them? Interesting. I think the creature in particular is quite baffled by this, having never been in a body of water.
Yeah, I figured it would be a bit odd for the creature.
It's definitely going to change its turn. Okay, so this one is in the water right now. She's past bloodied. Let's see.
This also hypothetically gives her a way to swim up over the ridge.
Is it difficult terrain through the water?
It's just water.
Then yeah, she would have to move at half speed if she's swimming. Hold on.
Welcome to our pain on Entha.
Hoisted by my own water rules. Okay. Her speed... Ooh, okay, she can exactly make it. Having her speed is 25, which gets her to this corner. She's kind of just like posted up by her ship.
Oh.
Not going in it. She's like using it as cover. She is going to... This thing's also like way farther away than right here, just so we're clear. She's going to try to make a shot on Scorpio. With Bluff as part of the trick attack.
With half her speed, she can swim up and run over there and still attack?
Yeah, baby. Trick attack is part of a move action.
That's crazy.
Well, an action
Oh.
attached to a move action. It's a full round action.
Brick attack only lets you move so much as part of the movement.
What is the limit of movement on it? I thought it was just move up to your speed, isn't it? Yeah, as a full action, you can move up to your speed.
Oh, all right. I'm sniper. I only go.
Oh,
quarter
sniper
of
is different. Yeah. They're not snipers, despite having sniper rifles.
Oh, shit.
So angry at Paizo for that.
Like, I didn't write the AP. Well, like I said, I've written parts of it whenever you guys go off book. Okay, that's definitely gonna get the trick attack will work, but
And you find out later that Paizo has made an addendum about a rogue military officer at a parade.
what's your that would be incredible, honestly. I would love that. Be honored. What is Scorpio's KAC?
Let's see. 33.
33. All right, with a 32, the bullet pings off your armored pauldron. Or at least the armored section of your suit. You're not really wearing as thick armor.
Just like off one of the big shoulder pads.
Yeah, it just kind of glances off at a weird angle. All right, Refine.
Alright, I'll roll my d20, do my move action, and then... Ooh. That's risk. Well... Ben,
Yeah. That I
How
like
do
how you cut
Starship
yourself off
engines
at.
work?
That's risk, Ben. All right, sorry. Continue.
how do the Starship engines work?
what kind of engines do you have, Shaw?
Biggest freaking, as far as we have the largest engines you can have on a medium-sized ship.
Are they named? What is the name of these engines?
It's just an M12 engine. There's not a name for them or anything. It's just thrusters.
Yeah, there's M12 thrusters. Okay.
Oh, if they're thrusters, then they probably produce heat.
I would say yes because they're alternate like bio thrusters. I don't think they're called that, but I would say they produce heat. Yeah.
Do I think it will roast this one if I turn them on?
I think you might. It might do heat damage to everyone on this side too. These are fucking Starship engines.
Yeah, well, that was my concern. Like,
Maybe
would the
hold off
thrusters
on.
do damage to people over here? Cause if it will do damage to everyone,
Those
then I'm not
are
gonna do
your
it, 'cause I was
smaller thrusters. Hold on, I'm gonna go analyze the art. I'm gonna go look at the art of the official map of this ship because it has trails on the thrusters as if they were moving, and I'm gonna measure those trails. Probably +5 because they're in the void.
if it's gonna hit the June Assassin, I'm not gonna do it.
Oh,
And-
absolutely. She's right in front of the engine. Absolutely let her.
Yeah,
okay,
I think
Okay, I wasn't sure if that was the engine or not. I
It
just
is.
didn't know.
So there's basically there's
Okay.
engine here, engine on the left. Then there's a second pair of those little engines in the middle, and then at the top of the ship where it makes like that T, there's two like much bigger engines on the left and the right. So like that is your smallest of the 6 engines, but it would be real bad to fire it up. Like it probably
Yeah.
would kill her. If she was at full, maybe not.
I don't
but-
want. I don't
would
want
re-
to take her out. I was trying to see if there was a way I could attract these things with heat away from everyone, but
It would also damage her and then attract the nearest one to her.
yeah, that's why I don't really want to do it.
You're just cooking their food for them.
Honestly, they probably love it. Probably never had a cooked meal.
In
The only,
that
the only
case,
picky Veshrid on in the belt.
let's do a shot this time over like here. You know,
Okay.
over on this side. Try and get these two to decide there's something juicier over that direction.
I'm gonna say this time I'm not gonna have you roll a shot here. It's still gonna
Okay.
take an action. I'm gonna
Yeah.
say, roll me the damage, just the straight damage, and we're kind of ignoring the fact that it's times 10. I want to see if this shot is more. Like, is it gonna scare this one, lure it over, or like, is it gonna give up on this meat that it's already trying to chow down on?
All right, what's the damage that I roll for this particle beam?
it's 10d6.
10d6.
All right, we can do that. That's pretty easy. Sorry that I do such complicated.
It's
things
okay. No.
sometimes.
Hey, I'll never knock the hustle. I might not
I
allow
feel
the
kind of
idea,
bad
but I
about
won't
it.
knock the hustle.
I feel kind of bad about it, but
I don't think on that. I think on that they're still kind of fixated on the meal.
okay.
It's just too tempting when they already like literally have sunk their teeth into something.
Yeah.
A valiant effort, though. Also, shout out the fact that I had to read through a whole, like, 3 paragraphs about actual particle beam theories on Wikipedia to get to the line at the end of the 3rd paragraph that was, like, stating that it would create extended heat at the source after prolonged bombardment.
Well,
Anything on Wikipedia is on theoretical physics because literally hit or miss.
Fine, fair enough. Wikipedia is very good at editing their stuff, though. They have strict.
They asked if I knew anything about theoretical physics. I told them I had a theoretical degree in physics.
All right. So, is there anything else we're fine, or is that James?
that's James.
All right, James.
All right, as part of
prone.
my trick attack, I'm going to move up to 15 feet.
Can you do that while prone?
I don't know.
Hold on. I don't think your ability doesn't say anything about not being able to do it. I'm just gonna read like what qualifies as prone in Starfinder. Let's see. It doesn't have the same. Oh yeah, it doesn't have the same requirements as Pathfinder prone. I'd say yeah, fuck it, you can crawl over there.
And then I'll take a shot at this one up here
All right.
with the, like flicking out of my like hideaway limb,
Ooh, hell yeah.
wielding the Gelid Hail pistol. I'll take a shot off at it.
Brutal shot to that thing on the crit.
I'll make it flat-footed as well.
You kind of roll like across this boulder behind, like over the cover you're in, flick the arm, pistol appears in your hand, cold frosts over its chest. These things are adapted to live in the void, but even so, they give off a lot of natural heat, so there is no resistance to cold that it has. It takes that full
And-
damage.
Bleeding 4 or 5.
7, bleeding for 5. And it is bloodied after that crit. And you said it's also flat-footed, right? Or no, it's bleeding or
Yeah.
flat-footed, isn't it? It's one or the other.
Well, the bleeding is from the crit.
Oh, is that the crit effect for hail pistols?
Yeah, I just didn't
Gotcha. Okay.
function
So
it in yet.
your ability is flat-footing it. Pistol crit is giving it bleed. Got it.
Yeah.
All right. Hell of a fucking shot, Scorpio.
All right. So use my 30 feet movement to get up right in this one's face. Now, before I decide who attack with what, I guess I'll just run up to him and say like, "Look, you can come with us, or you can be lunch for these things."
Ooh. I'm gonna say give me a diplomacy check with a +4.
All right.
It's a very convincing argument.
27.
27. I think you see for the first time these Yun assassins are so fucking professional and like down to die for the cause. You see a glimmer of fear in her eyes. She's like, she was down to die fighting you guys. She was not down to get her full head bitten off by a like land shark, effectively.
There's none of her fellows to judge her anymore.
Yeah, you think like maybe if there was others alive, she would have like kept up the good fight, but 2 died from a cave-in. They were, they were jumped on this trap from the beginning. They were caught flat-footed, literally and metaphorically. And she is like, yeah. All right, I'll get in the hold.
All right. Stay in front of me. Keep your hands where I can see them.
Yes,
Uh,
get on the ship supervised.
Do you have
Yes.
any movement
Yeah.
left, Scorpio? I'll say, actually no, because you already did a movement, and we'll say that was your action.
I did a movement, so it's like, yeah, it's like just like on here. So I guess I could just go ahead and what is it? 15,
I would say,
Here.
yeah, and she'll basically ready her action to
Yeah,
come
basically
on.
like full turn movement to basically like escort them this way.
All right.
All right, yep, then that will
Agreed.
do for me.
The other Veshred is, I'm gonna roll percentiles here. I think the other one, confused by the like molten patch of glassed asteroid, is just fucking off to the other side of the asteroid. Like whatever, doesn't care. This one, I'm gonna roll another set of
Is
percentage.
it gonna swim?
So so all right. Here's what's gonna happen. These things don't really need to breathe. So I'm gonna roll percentage. There is a chance it might just float there doing nothing, that it's confused. There's a chance it just stays there to keep eating her. There's a chance that it panics and tries to get back underground. And the fourth option is it goes to try to eat one of the rest of you. So, D100 it. It goes to try to eat one of the rest of you. That being said, it's going to have to roll athletics. Actually, hold on. Oh, that's hold on. I gotta look something up. Oh, man. Why am I looking up so many rules this session?
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I gotta use the abilities it gives me. You know, it's gotta make its move.
When I created Refine, I did not think that this is what
This is where you'd
they
end
would
up.
become. Yeah.
Okay, so DC of the jump check. So the DC is equal to the number of feet you're attempting to jump. If you have a running start, okay, so it doubles if you don't have a running start. So I'm gonna tell these guys' ability. One of their special abilities is Powerful Leap. When making an athletics check to jump, Veshrit are always considered to have taken a running start. They got fucking powerful thighs. So
Never
it is
skip
gonna
leg
try
day.
to just push off of the floor. You centered the bubble like in the cave, right?
Yeah.
So like basically up to there. Okay. So basically until it's going for Scorpio, first of all. It is still moving at half speed despite the Powerful Leap ability. So I'll roll this in front of the board. I'm going to roll a d20 plus 30.
Gets 30.
Plus 30. It has an insane bonus to jump specifically. Its athletics is normally 8 lower than this. It
Still
in
normal
theory,
at 22.
well, in theory, it needs to go 40 feet because it needs to go 20 and you're halving its move speed. So on a 10 or higher, it'll make it. 9 or lower, it'll basically use its whole move to get out of the bubble. Refined watching from the ship cameras or watching from SB, you see this thing bunch down low to the ground, and then like a bullet just like spraying water into the air just bursts out of the bubble next to Scorpio. That did stop it from making a charge action because it's separate from a jump action, so it only gets one attack on Scorpio. It is going to go for the bite. Scorpio does probably not a 28 hit KAC.
Doesn't it hit my 33?
You see Scorpio kind of like holding up his weapon, just like almost like not really catching it midair. It's so fucking heavy, but turning it off to the side so it doesn't bite you. Hell of a move. All right, the two that are over here. Okay, so that one's.
Yeah, I imagine it's
This
like
one
he's
takes
got
5.
like gun up in one arm and like the other hand's like here, and it's just like I've got the other one. She's coming in. We gotta keep him covered.
Just get in the ship. Just get in the ship. Get everyone in the ship.
Shaw, the one is gonna basically 5-foot step over here. They're not. You're still prone.
I am back
actually.
on my feet.
Oh no, you're back on
No,
your
I
feet.
stood
So
up.
no prone action. One's going for James. One's going for Shaw. The one on Shaw has flanking. The one on James does not. James is still prone, but negates the prone bonus. Math, baby. Here we go. Okay. You said you're 33 KAC, Shaw. What's your KAC?
34.
4. Okay. Both hit on Shaw. 31 and then 27. Gonna give them 2 separate so you can reduce. James.
I don't have damage reduction anymore.
Oh, that's true. You don't have. Okay, so then just 58 effectively. James, bite hits. Claws do not hit. 28 damage to James. That's their full turn. Over to Shaw. I'm gonna remove the fourth one because he fucked off.
All right, is the one that Wilco critted? Is that one bloodied? I think.
Oh, it passed. Yeah, it was bloodied from the crit for sure. And
Alright.
it did take 5 damage on its turn.
We can just leave. We don't have to kill these things.
It's not about killing them. It's about
It's about
them not
sending a
following us
message.
onto the ship.
There's that too. Yeah, if they have the jumps, they can get on board. Yeah, full attack
I'm
with
up
the.
before them. I can just close the hangar doors.
Yes, but we move at different times.
They just went. Oh, I can just delay until everyone's in and then go right after Scorpio comes in.
Okay. In that case, I'll disengage.
That should work, right?
That's 30 feet. That would get me into the.
Sorry, continue. Go ahead.
So if I disengage, I can move my 30 feet with my jetpack, right? Yeah, that'll get me on board the ship.
Yeah, you can do that.
All right, everybody on board. Let's get out of here.
You activate the jetpack. Rush to the hangar door.
And gun at the ready in case for whatever reason, just to cover the entry.
All right, you kind of skid to a stop, take a knee, getting ready to cover the retreat of your party. Then it's gonna be SB.
From my life sciences role, would I be able to figure out if I think these things can tell that SB is not alive?
I would say...
Or edible, I guess I should say.
It's a good question. Did you just go off heat? Do you think SB gives off heat?
Stealth drone.
It is the stealth variety. I would say probably not. I would imagine a stealth drone is baffled against heat. So that thermal's not just picking it up.
SB is going to... Alright. Here's what's gonna happen. SB is gonna take a little bit of a walk.
Alright.
Here to here, and then back into the ship, literally climbing over this thing.
Okay. Trying to, lure it in?
Trying to provoke an op attack from it.
I'm gonna say that Veshrid have a int modifier of -3, so I'm gonna say it swipes at it with its claws.
Okay.
It will crit SB though.
That's fine.
But I don't think this would kill SB, to be honest. Let me see.
Is it gonna deal 120 damage?
No. Deal 59
And no,
damage.
It's not going to kill SB. Alright. It's gonna hurt a little bit.
Just fully rips a leg off of SP as you just skid her back in.
And
excellent.
That should make it safe for the June
Yeah,
assassins.
absolutely excellent play. I'm gonna assume that the rest of the party is not gonna stop her or take an op attack on her as she runs in.
Nope.
Honestly, she's 50 feet. She probably goes another 20 feet back off the map and just. I imagine, Refine, you have the door that leads from the big cargo hold into the main hallway. That's probably sealed off.
Oh, that's sealed shut.
So I think she just uses the
That's
last
totally
20 feet
sealed off.
to press her body up against that door, just as far away from the beast as she can get.
Yeah.
Refine, that's you.
I'm delaying to, I'm moving to get to the point where I can get the doors sealed remotely, right?
The VI. I mean, we can also just remember that the ship is the VI. We just issue the command.
I can do it.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna start moving toward the engine and just let the VI know The second everyone's in, door shut.
Hit the engines, shut the door. All right.
Yeah.
Gotcha. You start working on that. Okay. James.
It's just a regular like move action to withdraw, right?
It's your full
Uh,
round action.
Full round action. I'd say as a
Or
full
I could
round,
just-
you can stand up and withdraw.
Could I just 5-foot step
And
as a
then-
swift, or
Yeah. I think 5-foot step it is your move if you do that. You can't 5-foot step and
Yeah.
also move.
oh, okay, oh right, yeah. I don't know, I'll just move. Fuck it.
All right. Goes to Scorpio. Presumably heads into the ship. The
Yep,
doors.
just use my full movement to just run in.
Sprint in. This thing already very cleverly has lost its op attack. Doors shut, and you guys fire the afterburners and lift into the atmosphere.
Do the afterburners roast these things, by the way?
They're
we decided they will
pretty
do damage to things.
they're resistant to heat, so you think probably not.
Okay.
It probably I will say it probably even it will take out the injured one of the four.
Okay.
Resistant
Cool.
is not immune, and that one was already badly damaged and bleeding. You see the other ones kind of like look around kind of confusedly, kind of like their heads tilt up at this, enormous sun-like energy signature. But then just they burrow over here, grab the body, and burrow underground to eat it. And let's get you guys some XP. So you guys killed 4 June. And
I don't think we
4
killed
Vectrid.
6.
No, there was 4.
For this encounter, we effectively negated all 4 of them.
Yes, but there was also the ship that we blew up that had 4 of them on it.
No, there was only ever 4.
Oh, there was. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
No, they didn't leave anyone on the ship. Wait, hold on, lost my place. There we go. Okay.
So we blew up an empty ship.
Yeah, but I mean, otherwise they would have certainly tried to run back into it to fight you guys and engage. They had a really good ship. That's gonna be 12,800 XP.
Nice.
I'll put it in the Roll20 chat as well. All right.
All right, we are up. We're getting there. Up to 199,175.
Pretty good.
I just imagine like as soon as we're like off the asteroid, it's just the 3 of us just have our guns pointed at the assassin.
Yeah, you're gonna need to
She kinda,
disarm.
looks at you with a wary eye. She'll put down the gun, pull out the tattoo knife off of her skin, put that down, undoes her bandolier of shuriken throwing knives. Just a bunch of weaponry hitting the deck basically.
I think you all are just gonna hear over the intercom system. At some point, can we go get one of those things as a pet?
No. Absolutely not.
All right.
Incredible.
Scorpio will holster his gun and he'll be like, "All right, cover me. I'm gonna go ahead and secure these." Yeah, he'll go ahead and pick up the various weapons that she dropped.
All right. You secure the weaponry. So are you guys just kind of like hovering just off the asteroid with her? Are you trying to take her somewhere?
I don't think we really had a place in mind. I think. Let's move to a different part of the belt. I think I'd rather get some distance from where they last were.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys just kind of plot a loose course through the belt. No one in particular.
Obviously, take their communicator as well. They won't have access to the system, to the network systems on the computer.
Tricky.
But
That
take a
was-
communicator
that was
anyway.
Smart choice.
Good call.
Refine is not letting anyone have their communicator on her ship.
I had
That
a
is not.
I had a thought of how this interrogation would go, and I kind of thought that it's a female assassin, so I'm not going to go that way. But you guys ever see the first episode of The Boys
Oh,
Yes.
so long ago.
with what's his face, the guy that could go invisible.
Do they get? Is it the first episode where they get him? Does it happen that quickly?
I think it's either
There's-
first or second.
Damn. Yeah,
I
I
think
know.
it's
I know
the
you're talking
first
about
one.
though.
End of the first episode they get him, end of second episode they kill him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That show's fucking insane. It's just
That show is.
unending.
I saw only.
Yeah.
I saw only a bit of it.
Translucent. That was it. Translucent.
Yeah.
Translucent. That was the one.
And
Yeah, I only
Oh.
saw a little bit of it.
I think I do
it
still
only gets
have-
crazier.
I think I do still have a Havoc chart somewhere.
Oh God.
Presumably you won't, but I think that new season of that show comes out soon, actually. All right.
I don't care how messy it is as long as Scorpio stays out of the engine room.
That's
Also,
key.
Ben, at some point we need to do the loot because I think we don't have because we have her stuff. I don't think I have the stuff from. Or no, we sold the stuff from the other four assassins.
I'm pretty
didn't
sure.
we?
I was saying, pretty sure you guys.
I believe we did,
sold
yeah.
that shit,
Yeah.
didn't you?
Okay, we still need to get the stuff from the two bounty hunters that we lightly smacked around, but we'll come back to that later.
Those poor dumb witch warpers.
She's basically got this stuff on her. Oh, sorry, you did get the Witch Warper stuff. I'll put that in chat too. Hold on. Fucking Witch Warpers.
We're fine. We're getting some clattering through you, Mike.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Did you?
Good.
Did I give it to you? You guys? Because you guys had. Did you not get their? No, I didn't give it to you. Hold on. I'm looking through this stuff. All right. All of this times 2.
Thank you
From
much.
White carbon down is the times 2 to be clear.
Did we already disperse the credits from that? I don't think we did.
I don't. That's
No,
what I
'cause
was
we
trying
didn't
to
loot them.
remember, but I don't think so.
All right, so we each get 3,000 credits.
Here I'll pop up the Jeune art again as you guys are interrogating her. She kind of leans back. Honestly, she probably sinks to the deck, like hands on her knees, just like draped over them. All right, I have fucking forsaken everything I stood for. What's
I mean, not to be rude, but like, what exactly did you stand for? I mean, he's no offense.
I stood for
St. John's kind of a-
following the rules and getting paid a shitload of money by the Golden League.
So, yeah.
Right, but we tried, like, not me, but my friends here tried to do right by him and do an honest job, and then he refused to pay.
She shrugged.
And tried to kill them.
Not my problem, but profit's profit for him.
And where did that end? Where did that lead him?
She kind of like holds up her hands and like yeah.
I mean, even like theoretically, even if he kills us, how much was the original job for Shaw?
A pittance. I don't even remember. It was not much. It was a handful of BP.
Like ballpark, and it was like 500 credits.
Oh, it was more than
That
that.
was-
It was more than that, but
Can you just
I mean-
ballpark it?
Significantly less than our bounties.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it's what
Yeah.
150,000 each right now. So
It's higher than
175,000.
that now. I think you're up to 175.
yeah, it was considerably less than.
Honestly,
Se-
with
750,000 for the lot of
June
us.
Ships or 2 June squads being defeated, we're just gonna make an even 200,000.
All right, plus 50 for Espy, so 850 grand for the lot of us.
versus like maybe so it's maybe like 100 times what it originally cost them.
And pretty
Oh,
much.
And
Dev-
that's
Devastating.
if and only if we don't kill him first.
I mean, seems to me like your boss is really into the what you call it, the sinking cost fallacy.
Yeah, the sunk cost fallacy for sure. The Okay. So this is an interesting way to do this. I'm gonna use this as part of the system of how you guys could have researched Sinjin's stuff. I'm gonna say you could use either diplomacy or intimidate here to get similar pieces of information that you guys could do also with like culture or computers checks researching from your ship.
I imagine I'll handle computers as you all do other stuff.
You think the computer
Mhm.
stuff will probably take a few days. This part will be a bit quicker.
Okay.
All right.
All right, I would say whoever wants to make the diplomacy check here. I would say probably Wilco, just from the stuff you've said to her already.
You got one more use of the trinket.
That's about as good as I do.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
We are not
I mean-
a charismatic bunch.
I mean, honestly,
See,
I'm
35.
oddly. Yeah, I got 10 charisma. I was gonna say I got diplomacy. I don't got charisma.
Yeah. I think when in a future campaign I hit level 15 with Shaw, I think I will be finally working on his mental stats a bit.
Fair. All right. So we're gonna go through a couple of information pieces there that you're gonna get on a 35. She's like, all right, so you want to know about St. John? I can tell you what I know. St. John was a member of House Idrizin on Aposte. I'll put those names in here. He left decades ago with 3 of his cousins to join the Golden League, and he was branded a traitor. He flourished as actually one of my order. He was a June assassin for a while, and he eventually in that business attracted his own followers, founded his own crime family, and is one of the Golden League cells now. As far as I know, he never even returned to Aposte.
So if Sinjin dies, does his cell just get liquidated into others?
I think, and you guys have actually, I think I've sold you Apostate before, but here's the planet again, in case you were curious.
Yeah, we've been there. That was for one of our early jobs.
Yeah, that was
for
a while ago. You guys went there, but that is where St. John is from. You guys met. So you guys met. That was where the Drows kind of boarded your ship when you got there. They like charged you to fucking like breathe the atmosphere. Great place. Clearly a great place. You would know. She also explains a bit about, like, you guys have already heard some of this. She explains like the Golden League is an organized crime syndicate. It's ancient enough to trace its roots back to ancient Galarian, which is a huge deal. That's crazy. The Golden League uses magic tattoos and tattoo weapon fusions a lot. That's a big thing they like to do. She tells you that St. John himself has multiple magical tattoos, including 2 tattoo guardians that can come to life. One is... 3 that can... Wait, hold on. Yeah, 3 that can come to life. 2 feline tattoos. And a phoenix tattoo. She's like, look, I've heard stories from other June. He's sicked those feline ones on people before. It's messy. It's brutal. It's like they got mauled by a giant cat. Some sort of beast. I don't know anyone that knows what the Phoenix does. She's gonna give you 2 more pieces of information, and that'll kind of be all she'll know. St. John, as you guys you probably already know, he's got a lot of residencies in different planets, but he is currently ensconced in his personal fortress, Rendelairn. It's in the Verces nation of Obarshi. Verces being the tidally locked planet, like the Twilight Belt in the middle of habitable places. She's like, Rendelairn is impregnable. You're not getting in. There's bodyguards, June assassins, Golden League soldiers. St. John is gonna need to be lured out if you all have a shot. But he's tricky. He's canceled public appearances before. He's sent proxies to business meetings to avoid people finding him. Luring him out and not having him just send either a proxy who can do what he wants or a double you're gonna need something pretty tasty. And she's like, finally, even if you do, Sinjin travels with a personal guard of a minimum 25, including somewhere between 3 and 6 assassins, the rest being Golden League guards, who are not the same type of Deadly Assassins, but still, that's a lot. You guys would think hearing that, like 25, for any ambush to succeed, he's gonna have to be separated from a majority of that.
Yeah.
Getting to that step of the information gives all of you guys another 5,000 XP.
Is there anything you know that he's been interested in lately? Any new tech that he's looking to acquire?
She shakes, she's like, I don't know. I mean, she gestures around her, she's like, your shit. But at this point, he doesn't even need it anymore.
Do you know of any enemies he has? Anyone that would really want to see him dead? I mean, aside from us.
She kind of shakes her, she's like, I don't know.
The people who you said branded him a traitor, what do they think?
Oh, his old, like his noble family on Aposte?
Yeah.
I mean, some of them, he was branded traitor. They don't like him, but I don't know that any of them are actively trying to arrange his downfall. They're a noble family, but being a noble family on a smallish world, they probably don't have as much material as a Golden League cell. She also, I think she turns back to you guys were asking if his cell would dissolve without him. I think this June assassin would probably be like, she's like, honestly, it's a crapshoot. If someone's charismatic enough in his retinue, maybe they'd step up and take it. But it also could very well fall apart. He's a, hate him all you want, he's good at what he does, and he's kept them together. She kind of pauses there. She's like, look, I think I've provided a fair bit of information. Maybe you could drop me off in the Vescarium or somewhere near space. Hell, I'd even take the Vast.
Deal's a deal. We'll make sure we can do that. We're gonna need some time to figure out what our next approach is anyway. And I think we'll want to put some distance from here.
And in the future, if you're looking for a job, how do you feel about being a bouncer?
She's like, I've never thought. I'm not really the muscly type.
Tell you what, I'm looking to start a place on Absalom Station, Cabaret Club. Just think about it.
She seems kind of baffled. She's like, yeah, sure. And sorry, I'm editing my notes here about this assassin.
I'll just always say, look, if there's anything I've learned is that, most folks, deserve a second chance.
She seems honestly like no one's ever talked to her this way, and is kind of at a loss at like this like weird kindness to her. All right, I would say if one of you guys wants to give me an engineering check, you can convert one of the one of the available rooms into just like a cell. It's not great, but temporary, it'll do.
We
Probably
can
work
just
fine.
convert my room.
Okay.
All right. All right. She's in Refine's room. She's gonna bring us to the tuna map for now. All right. Hell yeah. During the next few days, you guys can decide on where exactly you want to drop her. And I would say, oh yeah, just give me a D4 days to see how long you've been kind of patrolling around to set up this trap.
4.
All right. Okay. And then anyone who wants to can make a computers check. At this point, it's more about number of successes. If you roll really high, you will probably get more than one success.
Take a crack at it. I can use it now.
Are you able to use culture instead of computers, or is this just all computers?
No, sorry, yeah, you can also use cultures. I did say that earlier. You can use culture. So, James,
Whoa.
refine 41. Shaw coming in with 21. Not bad at all.
No, 19 on the dice.
Good lord.
44, not 41.
Oh, sorry, I said 41. Yeah. 44, and then one for Scorpio as well. If you want to do culture or computer.
Sure. I mean, I get a -1 in it, but all right.
All right, still worth trying. All right, it wasn't that worth it, but worth a shot.
We can tell exactly where Scorpio has been in the ship by following the trails of peanut butter.
So, you guys are going to get some information here. You're going to get the choice to also spend another couple days doing this. That might affect future things. This basically took 2 days. So, you're not going to get all the information here. It's up to you guys if you want to spend another 2 days to gain the rest. Assuming you roll well enough.
I think it's worth it.
I do too.
So today,
We're not in any particular hurry other than staying ahead of bounty hunters at this point.
yeah, potentially true. Also, presumably you can be at the crater, like that's your main base, and Tarika's gonna chill there too. I mean, you don't have to stay with her, but you guys do know it's a safe location.
I think we should take Eureka with us, because they are after her as well.
We'll come to that in a second. 'Cause she definitely would need a diplomacy check to like leave her ship, unless you want to just like tail your ship with hers. But
That's fine.
it is slower.
How big is her ship? Like, can we fit it inside?
No,
It's
I
not
don't think so.
that small. It's a smaller ship than what you guys have, but it's not like a fighter.
I'd say maybe just park it somewhere and then come with us.
Potential. We'll come
Yeah,
to
but
it.
we have to convince her of that.
Let's go through the next few bits of information here. The next bit, I'll read the whole paragraph. Sinjin is incredibly slippery. He's been attacked by enemies and presumed dead on many occasions, only to escape or resurface unharmed. To take him down, Sinjin is going to need to be cornered and unable to escape. Picking a trap location without a second point of egress is going to be key.
Can I just make a very basic common sense check and say that Phoenix tattoo probably revives him?
I mean, that information wouldn't be anywhere accessible to you. If you think that's what James thinks, fair.
I know what a Phoenix is.
I mean, it's possible.
What will the check be to figure out that being the tattoo, though?
I think you would know that magic tattoos don't always have, like, it's art. It doesn't have to be very, like you could have a tattoo of, like, a cool Pharasman spiral and it pulls out a gun.
Right.
I mean, I'd say if you want to roll mysticism, you can, like, try to learn about Phoenix, the actual creature. I mean, I think you would know that phoenixes are ridiculously powerful creatures. Refine and James both know this. This is like They're gargantuan-sized magical firebirds. They resurrect. They're immune to fire. They are very, very resistant to spells and magic. They can cast a variety of spells, including like daylight. They can do a lot of cure spells, restoration. They can do a lot of fire spells, and they can also dispel magic. So Phoenixes can do a lot of shit.
Do we know about the whole reviving thing, or is that?
Yeah, that was one of the things I said. They can revive.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's. If it doesn't, then it's a complete red herring.
I mean,
Could be.
Phoenixes have a lot of good abilities. It's
Well,
certainly possible. It could also
Or
just
it
be.
just summons a phoenix.
It could also just be a crazy fire grenade.
It's the fact that you said that multiple people have tried to take him out and thought they had killed him, only for him to show up again. That's what's
Maybe he's
set
just
my.
like- I think on those checks, James Refine, you know all those traits of a phoenix, and I think in character can make whatever assumptions you guys are making as players.
Is there a way to get rid of the tattoos? Like, I'll ask the Ishun assassin as well. It's like, how do you
Get rid of
like
magic
dispel
tattoos.
those? Yeah.
I think a dispel magic check can do it.
So
Mage.
nothing that we can do.
Yeah, nothing really you
Well-
guys can do. Certain weapons have the
Does
dispelling crit ability. but you have
Do
to
the Pathfinder 1E spells exist in Pathfinder or in Starfinder?
We still-
Some of them, not all of them.
We do still have that Captive Star Amulet, which I believe is a dispel ability.
It does. It either does
So,
that or counters a targeted spell at you. I can't remember exactly. But you guys do
I'm
get.
not sure you can long-term dispel tattoos, but I know that there are a bunch of like weird one-off spells that can do stuff about it in 1E at least.
Yeah.
Because
One,
the
well, I
alternative.
mean, Starfinder's been out for a while now, so there's definitely been a lot of weird ones at this point. But Pathfinder
The
can
al-
have a assload of years to accrue just so many spells.
The alternative is that
no.
we skin him after we kill him.
You guys also do get 5,000 XP.
Oh, less than 1,000.
Oh, you'll level up
Another
here. You'll level up
5,000?
here in a second. Yeah, you're about to get a third 5,000 in a second.
Okay.
2 of St. John's 3 cousins died following St. John's orders. They told you guys that over the comms when you were trying to cut this deal with the Forjun. The third of those cousins, the one that didn't die, had a falling out with Sinjin and left the Golden League in disgrace. This cousin, someone named Zeldern, last known residence is an isolated spaceport in near space called Smuggler's Moon. It's another 5,000 XP for that.
And that's level 13, folks.
Didn't realize you guys were that close. Should have told you to think about leveling. My apologies. Alright. Next piece of information. This one doesn't have an XP tag attached to it. However, a new starship you find in your like back alley poking online. A new starship named Risen was recently delivered to Reldalarn, which you would know is now absolute risen this fucking starship. You guys are able to hack in and find the schematics of this starship, seeing its capabilities and layout. I will also show you an image of it in just a second. God damn it, I spelled it like with a Z because you threw me off.
It's canon now.
Not on the handout, it's not going to be. There's the full art picture, okay.
James, I need you to go over to Ben's place and physically edit his handout.
Drive multiple hours tonight just to edit my handout.
Yeah.
And get back so I can be at work at 7:30.
This is the Risen.
guy's definitely got a Phoenix thing going.
The Risen, you guys learn its statistics as well. This is a large, heavy freighter. Turn 1 is its maneuverability. Has heavy shields, so about 320 shields. It has a variety of weapons. It has a mazer and micro missile battery in the fore, twin laser to the port, twin laser to the starboard, light plasma mines to the aft.
Okay.
It also has a null space cargo hold, just like you guys do.
You are actually better shielded and armored, but it is as maneuverable as we are, despite being bigger.
Mm-hmm. You think it's extremely well appointed inside. You know that it was built to have a smuggler compartment, which would be very hard to find where on the ship it is, but you know that it is there. And this image isn't as great. But I am going to give you guys the blueprints of the Risen as well. Basically, over the ship map for free.
Cool.
It's got 3 decks.
One attack.
All right. And then was that the last piece of information for this amount that you guys got? That was the
Can I
last
have
one for this
one-
time. Go ahead. What are you thinking?
If you do eventually make this a map, can you turn it the other way so it's facing up?
Yeah. If you guys storm the ship, it'll be facing up.
Okay, good.
It was easier for me to crop it at a higher resolution this way, because it was a whole thing. But yes, if you're actually fighting on that ship, if you guys decide to do that, it'll be vertical. So you guys are choosing to take another 2 days?
Yeah.
All right, I would say everyone give me another culture or computers check roll then. It's now been 201 days since you guys started your journey.
My computers is now slightly better than it was before,
Shaw.
which is nice.
Actually, yeah, I need to
I
level up.
can no longer get below a 30 on computers without a nat 1.
Gross.
I'm gonna use points to reroll that.
Okay, 33. So we're
I got a 2.
all right. Luckily, the last Refine and James are gonna get you guys enough here to get the last bits of information. All right. The next bit of information: 20 years ago, the legendary tattoo artist Shaeth Evidros left the Golden League. Shaeth's last known location was also at Smuggler's Moon. Sinjin was personally dispatched by his superiors to find Shaeth, but he returned empty-handed, the only blemish on Sinjin's otherwise impressive Golden League career. Shaeth's trail ends at Smuggler's Moon. You guys gain another 5,000 XP for uncovering this information. The next piece. Smuggler's Moon is a remote spaceport in near space, founded and operated by King Dregger. Sorry, copy and pasted the same sentence again like a fool. I think it's Dregor, so King Dregor. It is big enough to attract a crowd of smugglers and vagabonds that is large enough that you guys could hide within it, small enough for you guys to gain control of it, and remote enough that, were you discovered, it would take several days for a message to get anywhere. A signal jammer could knock out the entire spaceport's transmission. Currently, the Smuggler's Moon has no Golden League presence. Gain another 5,000 XP.
So I have us up to from the last one. So we gained 5,000 twice from that one.
Yeah. Effectively, guys should have gained about 25,000 total mechanically
All right,
from
yeah.
these discoveries. So if that's what
So we're
you
up to-
gain, then you're good.
Yep. So we're up to 224, 175.
The next piece of information on the culture check specifically that James finds is about King Dragor. King Dragor is an uplifted bear with a fearsome reputation. You guys know uplifted bears were basically a project by mages where they thought, what if we could just make a species intelligent, and did it with bears. So they are fully sapient, sentient bears. It's rumored that King Dragor has never been bested in combat, and that he's accompanied by Riporian battleflower bodyguards, fearsome warriors, and maintains control with a Marikoi security force.
What was King Dragon's connection to Sinjin again?
He just
blanked
runs.
out there.
He just runs the moon.
He's not connected to Sinjin. He runs Smuggler's
Okay.
Moon, which is Smuggler's Moon is the last known location of the cousin Sinjin had a falling out with, and it was the last known location of this legendary tattoo artist who left the league. That Sinjin went to find her, and then came back empty-handed. It's like his only blemish on his record. The workers of Smuggler Moon, are either paid directly by King Dragor or owe him a great debt. If rumors are believed, a lot of them are probably indentured servants or slaves, effectively, from what they owe him. You would know that he lives in a lovely penthouse at the pinnacle of Smuggler's Moon. He's greedy, he's proud. It's kind of your despot king vibe. You would hear one additional rumor. He does love gifts, specifically plant or animal gifts. And bringing him things like this might grant you an audience or something to that effect.
Okay, now hear me out. Hear me out.
I knew when I brought that one up. I knew what you were going to say.
We just left an asteroid with some really unique, adorable little creatures. And we know how to attract them.
You want to put like a net and then like a heater on it?
I was thinking we do something like that. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
It's up to you guys. If you want to go get one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
During these 2 days while you're researching and around here, where did you guys want to drop the assassin off?
Well,
She's the bait.
if we were going to Smuggler's Moon, then we could drop her off there. That way we're not bouncing from place to place. Perhaps a good place for somebody to who has renounced her career might be able to disappear.
Interesting.
What do you guys think? And as far as Tarika goes, I was thinking about it. I think honestly, while the heat is so heavy on us right now, especially after what we saw in our dossier, I think it's until we're ready to start taking actual jobs again. I think it's kind of best if we maybe she keeps some distance. I think that might be the safest thing for her.
Yeah, but they're also after her as well.
Well, didn't the dossier say that is there a price on her head yet, Ben, or is it primarily on us?
Give me a culture check. See if she's got a bounty on her.
Do you mind if I
Any
ask?
of us, or yeah.
I'll sure I would ask Boz about, or would ask Wilco about that.
$42.
2. You would think she does have a bounty as your main handler. It only seems to be about 50,000 credits.
Still enough to get people interested in her.
Still enough
Yeah.
to get interested. They just know she's like not like a fight risk, so they're not willing to pay that much for her.
I think Shaw would, while we're camped out at Crater, ask her, Mr. Rika, what do you want? Because where we're going to be going is probably going to be very significantly dangerous, looking at what we're doing, especially no less if we bait a trap for Sinjin, but there's also a price out on you.
I think we're all in this together. Doesn't make sense to be constantly split up.
I think hearing that, she was like, "Fuck. All right. I can stash my ship here. I suppose. Hope no raiders come and find it.
We'll help.
If nothing else, we'll just steal whatever. When we kill Sinjin, we'll take whatever he has, and we'll buy you a better ship.
If it comes,
She kind of laughs at that. She kind of like looks over along like through the viewport at her ship. Clearly, she's like, she bought it with the money from the last job. She is attached to it, but I think she's like, it's not worth my life. She would be like, can Shan come with us as well?
Can she get out here? She was on Absalom last we heard.
I can get her. I was gonna meet up with her anyway with my ship. I could get her out.
Okay.
She can, but she can't use her communicator. You don't have to tell her that ahead of time, though.
She's
fair.
like, yeah. I mean, we're not gonna make communication until we're back and secure on your ship.
Understood. Well, I would assume this is while we're both camped out at the rock.
Yeah,
there
yeah.
with her.
While you guys are camped out with her.
I would assume we were having this conversation in person. Was my assumption. All right, go get her, and I think we'll make some preparations. I need to talk with Mr. Wilco's contacts as well, because I got some equipment on order. And Scorpio, I'm gonna have to ask for a little bit of help here on this, because I am 3,000 credits short for the suit of power armor, and at some point I'm gonna need to find an undersuit for it as well.
I'll reimburse you the 3,000.
Thank you. And we'll probably see what else we can sell in order, because I would like to get a suit of light armor to go underneath as a undersuit, and we've sold all of our other loot. I don't think we actually
I have
wait.
nothing that I need to buy, and I have 23,000 credits available for you all to use.
You sure?
Yes.
Actually, from the guys we looted, I think I can use one of those white carbon skins. It's not amazing, but it'll do the job. Unless, so 23,000, yeah, because like I eventually would like to get an SDEX suit 4 as the undersuit, because the way it works is for power armor. Power armor only has like 2 upgrade slots, but because you can wear light armor underneath it, that way you can basically double dip on terms of armor upgrades.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, thank you, Refine.
Just tell me how much you're using.
I will. So let me do a little bit of research, but so far just the 3,000. And then Ben, I'll go ahead and start implementing all my new stuff.
Okay.
So yeah.
Stuff.
All right. And then at some point after tonight, I will send you a new token.
Gotcha. Hell yeah. All right.
Alright, so I do get some fighting style upgrades. So for my primary fighting style, this is pretty sweet. I get
Ooh.
Elusive Target.
Target on my turn.
And I've got that set up so I
That's
can
pretty
just
cool.
click it on. I got it set up so I can go ahead and click it on and off in my buffs here, and it automatically applies it.
Oh,
So
just
that
so
should be
fucking
working.
speedy.
And I think
the other one, not as useful, but I could still find some situations where I might be able to use it. I got, for secondary, I got Instinctive Strike here.
So, I don't gain much from this level. I get a bit stronger engineering and computers,
Classic.
but
Yeah.
I gain. SB got a number of cool things, and one of those cool things is I now get to read all of the level 10 grenades.
Oh no.
All right. So
I know what feat I'm gonna get. I just need to see what my other stuff.
It's gonna take a bit for them to gather. Shan, are you contacting any of your other allies
I get healing grenades.
from
That's
the course
helpful.
of this?
Um,
The course of the campaign has been like you guys have met so many people. You met Wintermorn, people you rescued from Column 93, the prison, the V-Spec agents.
the V-Spec agents in particular, I'm interested in talking to, given that Sinjin has a presence on Verces. They may know some additional information or have some other ideas of what might get him on and off planet.
Okay, okay.
Um, I would definitely be interested in talking, because we haven't heard from the Wintermorn in a while since we left Absalom. I'd at least be, I don't know exactly what, but I wouldn't be opposed to asking them for some kind of help. The problem is I don't feel like we have enough of a.
You're clanking
Refine your
pretty
mics.
loudly.
The problem is I don't, until we have more of a plan, I'm hesitant to call in our favors until we have a better idea of what exactly we're going to do. But I'm also open to
See?
suggestions.
You also don't have to contact them now. It could be later.
But yeah, I was definitely thinking about that. I know Captain Ironstar is off grid, but yeah, I know we can talk to Agavana Stoneblood, talk to the Wintermorn, talk to a bunch of other folks. The V-Spec, when you said that he had a place on Verces, I immediately thought about the V-Spec agents, though.
It's fair.
Um,
All right. So you're from that.
Could also talk to Severana. She may, as a Callistocrat angle, she may have some ideas for how to, if there's a noble connection he has, might have something there.
I think it's got to be something like that he doesn't want everyone else to know about. Something that makes him look weak, maybe. But
all interesting thoughts. So it sounds like you're at least gonna wait to contact some of these people till after Smuggler's Moon and some of
I
these
think
ideas.
the problem is that Smuggler's Moon, we can't contact anybody for a significant length of time.
That is true.
I mean, I'm looking to the crew. I'm open to suggestions. I'd be very much interested in talking to our friends. I'd rather not do this alone if we can help it. But I'm also hesitant to involve folks until we have a better idea of what our plan is.
I think maybe talking to V-Spec's a good idea because they're organized. They're not into the whole crime thing, and I'm pretty sure at some point the Golden League has pissed them off. I'd like some help going in.
Same. Honestly, I wouldn't mind at least sending the Wintermorn a flag saying we're trying to work something big to try and get out from our bounties. If not sure what, but I think perhaps we'd owe them one if they'd help us out.
Okay, so sending.
If folks are okay with that, I don't want to. That's just an idea, but at least letting them know we may need their help at some point soon.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
So sending a call for aid to Wintermorn. Aid from the V-Spec agents. Was there anything else? Any other ones?
I mean, I think we can at least flag Agavana Stoneblood. At least I'm not sure exactly what she might be able to help us with.
You were also
But
saying Severana because Callistocrat, right?
if there might be a, because like, just from the information we found, Sinjin at least tries to, even though he's known Golden League leader, he at least tries to project like an air of legitimacy, right?
Sinjin?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Golden League, a head of a Golden League family is about as high society for crime as it is possible to be.
I'll send her a message. Say, we're working on trying to get out from under our bounty. Was wondering if maybe if you knew of any of the other Callistocrats who might have some dealings with Lord Sinjin. We're working on seeing what we can do about finishing this up. Thinking of you. Get that. Hopefully, we can get that drink soon.
Okay, so you're sending that to her. I think
And
we'll do
then-
these as they go. Are you guys
Okay.
waiting?
Well, because it's gonna be several days to get responses, right?
Yeah. So it's basically gonna be. Where'd my dice go? There it is. Not terrible. It's gonna be about 5 days to get responses.
And it's near. Is it near space or vast to get to Smuggler's Moon?
Smuggler's Moon, I believe, is still in near space. Hold on, let me double check. Things are getting complicated.
Well,
It
we'd
is
have to be
still in
waiting.
near space.
We'd have to be waiting a few days for Tarika to bring back Shan, anyways, so we could do this while she's retrieving her.
That is true. I'll mark it as part of those days. I think it'll take a little bit longer for them to get back, but or for
Can at least-
the messages. So, all right. So effectively, we're at 208 days right now that have passed.
Does anybody have any suggestions about if we want to get Agavana involved from the folks we freed from the prison?
Yeah, I'd like the help, and they seem like the folks who would help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
We'll
so
send her a ping as well.
pinging her. All right. Well, let's go down the list. So Severana, you sent her that message to the Calistocrat. I think. I think she would send you back. She's like, we should get that drink as soon as you've dealt with Sinjin. I think you can do it. Most of the Callistocrats no longer have a stake in any of this, in any of your business at this point. They hate you for pulling off a heist, but it's about as far as it goes. Severana got their comeuppance. They're not as motivated. You tricked some of them into distant locales. They haven't recovered from the money and losses there. And a lot of the biggest Callistocrats weren't even at the last auction. There's auctions every month.
You mean Rysora got her comeuppance?
Yeah, sorry. Lena Rysora.
Yeah, you said Severana. I was like, wait,
Not
what?
Severana. I meant Rysora.
Okay.
So like there is one guy though. If possible, try not to fight him. But there is Dahandin Aris. And I will show you guys him in a second. She'll attach like a hollow image. Dahandin, I guess I should clarify, was a Callistocrat. No longer. He was a model Callistocrat. She got like paused in her message, like, think about this. She's like, and then he made this high-tech pyramid-shaped starship to house his remains after death. It was so ostentatious that it kind of went beyond even normal Callistocrat scripture. Rumors are to believe he made himself into some sort of undead. We all try to make ourselves immortal, I suppose, but I think that's what he did. If you see him, perhaps talk to him. If he's working with Sinjin, I imagine it's not a bond that's super tight. I would hesitate to fight him. I don't know what kind of undead he is. And even before he went through that transformation, he was a very powerful technomancer. And I'll show you guys the hollow image she attached.
Boy.
She's like, could be a point of contact. I don't know what else to say about that. She's like, I also attach a little something that, well, it's small change for me, but it might help you all in your endeavor. She says small change for her. You guys see the attached encrypted credit file. She sends you guys 30,000 credits.
Whew.
Each.
No, total, not each.
Oh,
So 7,500 for each of us. So we're fine. I will not be needing that loan, but thank you.
I might ask you for that loan though.
I
Safine.
might now need it.
Look,
So
if
that
I
was-
get the 75, wait, or if we're not, if I still have the 3,000 and I get the 75, then I have about 33,000 credits that you all can use if you want.
Okay.
I may need to borrow about 20,000 of those.
Sure, you can
Ye-
have 20,000 credits.
You can't. Once you you can upgrade a personal upgrade, right? But you can't give it away if you want to install a new one.
I don't think you can. I'd have to check the rule for them, but I don't believe so. Okay. So that was opening up old notes for myself. That was contacting Severana. What are you asking of Stoneblood? Just trying to get anyone out from Column 93 and that whole debacle?
I'm not even sure what assistance she might be able to offer, but just tell her that we're working to try and clear our name permanently this time. And
Are you telling any of them where you're headed? Do we need aid for Smuggler's Moon?
What do you think, James?
Or what?
Do you think we tell them where we're headed? I mean, I guess they're the ones we're asking for help, so I guess it doesn't.
So that's Stormblood, right?
Yeah, yes. Agavana Stoneblood.
Yeah.
Are they? Sorry, did they ask? Have they
Just
committed themselves to helping us, or are they?
Well,
just wondering
Ben was
where we're
asking
going?
if we're telling them where we're headed. As
Get
far as
get them on board first. Get them on board first before we tell them where we are.
The thing
Yeah.
is, it'll just take a while to get messages back and forth.
Yeah.
But
I
if you
think
guys
it's
want to
just
spend
given the-
time setting up,
I think given the time, I don't want to spend excessive amounts of time, but because the longer we wait, eventually somebody will catch up to us. But maybe we just say, if you can help us out, we would. Now that we've cleared our ship's comms, we can discuss this more freely.
it's true.
I think we just say that, if you got aid that you might be able to help us with, perhaps you or an associate could meet us at Smuggler's Moon. Are you good with that?
Yeah.
Okay. You Rusty,
Okay.
Refine, Scorpio, you guys good with that?
Yep, it's good for me.
I think.
I'm just doing some research on if there's ways that we can, how should I put this? Avoid
that's-
having to actually do any work here.
I think Agavana tells us I can gather some of the people that were freed from Calm 93, as well as my robot ally. I think she.
Right.
Yeah.
Can't really
Which
think of
you
anyone
guys
else.
remember that's Charity was her robot.
Oh yeah.
Been a while since you guys saw him. But yeah, she says she'll try to maybe get some people out to Smuggler's Moon to help.
I'd say, other than who we've here, I can't think of anyone else Scorpio would want to call in to help other than who we have already. Though I imagine, thinking he's probably holding the holographic recording he made, and it's well, it's I wanted to give this to her, but I already got the ring, so he'll, instead of sending text message to her, he'll go ahead and send the holographic recording he did of him singing "Absolutely Story of a Girl" to show with and attach with the message. Big stuff going on. Here's something to hold you over till I get back.
All right, you send that out as this with this batch of messages out to the drift beacons. show, I think, would. She sends back just like, at first just like emojis reacting to like the song. She loved it. And I think just with a promise of, she's like, I haven't thought about the future in years. It was never really a choice, never really something I thought I'd make it to. Here's to a future together. To say that, I'm gonna say effectively her aid. Scorpio, you can do 1 reroll during combat.
All right. Pocket here, and I imagine like he wouldn't be in his room seeing that. It's he's sort of like leaning on the wall just outside of his quarters, and you know what? I'll say this: it's like James. You see him. He's got his communicator in one hand, and you actually see him holding the box with the engagement rings in it in the other.
Nice.
And he's obviously too distracted, James. He doesn't notice you.
Fighting every urge to steal the ring.
You think about it, it's kind of push your own hand back down. And then James, Wilco, you're talking about, and Shaw, you guys talking about the V-Spec agents from Verces. They are able to, basically they can send, they're sending an unmanned drone through the drift. And they are going to basically put together I would say it's bigger than a football. Probably like a small crate. Like you could carry the crate, but it would be an inconvenience. It's that big. They send you a signal jammer to take out communications on the moon.
Nice.
Like, not a lot we can do with, resources without getting too involved with our government. And I'll pull their art up as well. But yeah, you guys get a quick wishing you well from Verev and Luxrana, the members of this government secret organization on Verces. And they deliver the signal jammer. Making a lot of notes here. Hold on. Finally, we get to the Wintermorn. Wintermorn, you guys have been through a lot. You haven't seen them probably almost 2 months now or so. But in the time you've spent together, they have become staunch allies of you. Even if they remain perhaps rivals. The Wintermorn and her crew have seen you guys through a pinch before. What are you trying to ask them in particular? Or is it just help us how you can?
I think it would be something along the lines of kind of the latter. We're heading to Smuggler's Moon to try and get out from under this, and not sure yet what exactly that looks like, but anyway, if you could help us, we'd appreciate it. I think, unless anybody else has any other suggestions.
We're off to kill a crime lord. I want to split the loot.
That'll get their attention.
Ooh, interesting. All right.
Yeah, sure.
You send them those these concepts, this message. I think while they're not going to come out here directly, pretty much all of you have a direct counterpart on the Wintermorn, who do the same, crew work that you guys do. I'm going to say that all of you guys can get 1 item of your choice that is 10,000 credits or less gifted to you by your counterpart. So like consider like the stuff you did like Shaw, probably Nehemeleth would get something together for you.
Okay.
I think Jinx, kind of partial cyborg that he is. Jinx, while normally the pilot, since Nehemeleth has a better relationship than Jinx does with Shaw, Jinx would come help you or send you something refined. Dizzy,
Okay.
in his part of the message, or in their part of the message, seeming perhaps way too casual, like clearly like being like trying to be too casual. They'll send you this. Like basically, they know you guys well enough that they're choosing these items in canon. I'm just letting you guys as players choose them out of game.
Okay.
But Dizzy will send this one to you, Scorpio, with just like a no hard feelings. I know it's been weird, but no hard feelings.
Inside the gift is just a nude of him.
just one like Polaroid nude. Excuse me. Let me pop up Dizzy's art actually. I haven't seen him in a while. And then last but not least, I think not really in her role as captain, but just as this like tough as nails fucking just real space rogue type person. Not necessarily doing sneak attack damage, but has been through every back alley deal. They know the dark side of this galaxy so well. I think Neva, their captain, is going to gift James Wilco something.
Didn't the Wintermorn have a operative?
Jinx is their operative.
Oh, okay.
I mean, realistically, they all have reasons to trust all of you guys. I think that's just the order they're going in. So you guys think of the items that they would gift you. That is their help for this part of the prep.
And you said items worth 10k or below,
10k
right?
or less, yeah.
All right.
I have a thing in mind.
I'd like to hit up the nerds if I can.
The nerds. I don't know. I wish I had official art for nerds. Wonder if I can find one. Like official Starfinder art. What are you trying to hit them up for?
Just letting them know that we're about to finish off some loose ends, and if all goes well, they will... anything they can imagine that they want to do in research, they will be able to do.
It's not really asking for anything, just like ensuring loyalty, kind of.
I mean, send gifts if you want to
Send
help
gifts.
us out.
Let's see.
You know what we like.
We'll use one of the old pieces of art we haven't used in a while. This is from when the game first started, but just like this was kind of the vibe of like an edge core crew as you guys started out, just like a low ranking delivery crew. These nerds are like in the command center. They're like the main part of their lab, seeing these messages coming in the monitor. They're like, get a delivery drone out there. Get a delivery drone out there. We got to figure this out. And I'm gonna say
Hey, Foz.
we'll do a couple dice here.
Yes.
What
Nix.
level is your sniper rifle?
It's level 14, I think.
14. Cool. And does it have weapon fusions on it?
I do have a shocking weapon fusion, but I was looking at them. I just
Okay.
don't know what do weapon fusions cost.
There's
Well,
like a whole
I'm
breakdown
looking at-
of it.
Up, and it changes depending on the weapon's item level.
Yes. I will also say your nerds are gonna send back some serums of healing. I rolled a D8 for Mark 1s, D6 for Mark 2s, D4 for Mark 3s. You guys are going to add 4 Mark 1s, 2 Mark 2s, they rolled low on the D6, but 4 Mark 3s, max on the D4.
I think Scorpio and Shaw are getting addicted to healing serums at this point.
It's the only thing they have now.
Well,
And
we're tanks. We kind of have to.
I think Shaw has more healing serums and nanites and then his own blood than he has blood at this point.
Oh yeah, your blood's definitely a weird color when you get cut at this point. Definitely not natural, Vesk.
I imagine it feels like a warm, fuzzy feeling, like turbo morphine when you like inject it.
I mean,
I
considering
am probably-
it's stitching your wounds shut in the matter of seconds, yeah, it's either that or it's like any of y'all ever applied Styptic to close an open wound?
No.
It hurts
I
like
have
the
not.
it hurt. It does its job. It binds your wound shut. It hurts like an absolute son of a frickin' bitch.
I imagine at the very least it's got to be like an ant crawling sensation. Like it's not great.
Yeah.
I remember when I got out of the hospital this last time, as I was getting like taken out, they were taking out my IVs, and they had put in 2 IVs. One, like they did an absolute shitty job putting on the tape because they're in kind of a hurry when I first got there, and they just taped the shit out of my arm. And the nurse who took it off was like I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to do this quick, but I'm gonna have to give you a wax here, and just starts taking it off. but the one that was put on more carefully ended up like as soon as she took it out, it ended up bleeding all the way down my arm. And as soon as I see that, like she turned her back, and I was like, I quickly like put my hand over it. I'm like, oops, you got a leak.
Got a leak. So we got that. All right. Is there anyone else that you guys are contacting as you prepare to go to Smuggler's Moon? Again, this is not necessarily like right. We're not going for Sinjin right now, but this is towards Smuggler's Moon.
I can't think of anybody else. I mean, Shaw would be interested in talking to Captain Ironstar, but she said she's going underground for a while.
I think
so
Ironstar is probably still underground after that last hit.
Reasonable. So I think Shaw wouldn't want to ping her.
Okay.
I can't. Does anybody else have any other ideas?
I can't think of anything.
Sorry, how much does a weapon fusion cost? Can you?
It's based on the weapon.
Depends on the
There's, like,
level
there's a
of the
formula.
weapon.
What's the formula?
So
Let me see.
for a level 14 weapon, it costs about, I think, 11,000 credits for a fusion.
Shitty.
Something like that, yeah.
I can afford that for you if you want one, though.
I would rather get the personal upgrade.
I meant I can. If you get the personal upgrade, I still have 13,000 credits left.
Oh, okay. The question is, what useful fusions are there?
Just an assload of
Yeah.
fusions.
There are a lot.
Yeah, that might be
There's,
something. That might be something we could think about for next game. But yeah.
There's the list in Roll20, but yeah, it would be, worth combing
There's a
through
huge-
them for next session. I don't think we'll get
I
into
think-
a combat this session again, so you got time.
Yeah. I think I know what I'm probably gonna get, but I want to look through the weapon fusions to make sure.
Okay.
Only you could get a Vorpal infusion on a rifle.
I fucking love Vorpal. Although I think in this it just makes it do a devastating
Severe
wound. Or
wound.
whatever. Severe wound, that's the one. Not devastating wound.
Which is still you roll twice on the injury table, so and you take the
That
worst
is
result.
spicy. That is spicy for sure. Trying out a different new song. Yeah, let's keep that going. That's the vibe.
Something a little less ominous the entire time.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're in an ominous point,
That's fair.
so still doing a bit of attention in this music.
Ooh, actually, that's an interesting idea. Alright, one sec.
Okay, you get your interesting idea. All right,
Actually, I
sounds
think
like...
shearing
Go ahead.
is like the arranged version of Vorpal.
Is there one?
Yeah, it's called shearing. It's
Oh, you're saying sheer. Okay. Yeah.
And it's whatever you roll an 18 or a 19, so...
I think it is. I
Either
think the
roll-
price is also based on the level.
It's also on the level of the fusion as well.
Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, it will get worse.
Oh no, I think the price. Okay.
I always keep.
I guess it's just based on the weapon of the level. The level of the weapon.
What weapon are you using, by the way?
I guess it's
Game?
Rift rifle borehole.
Well, as you guys are checking for items,
Does it use bullets?
I don't think so.
No, it's an energy weapon.
Unfortunate.
While you guys are looking for items, though, it sounds like you don't have anyone else you need to contact. And with Shan and Tarika back on your ship,
Unless we think it's worth contacting the dragon.
Varenve?
I don't think we really got it. We did a job.
I don't
for
think
her,
we have a
but-
good enough relationship, but
Nah, I think that she even finishing that, she wasn't like super duper friendly towards us. That was a one-time thing.
yeah. No, I agree. I'm just saying that's the only thing I can think of.
I don't think we're gonna get much out of that one.
Okay.
We can try. I mean, we can try, but I don't think it's. I don't think we'll get much.
No, I don't really see any point in trying. I'm just saying that's like the only other name that I can think of.
Fair.
Near space travel is 3d6, and I think you divide by 2, so 3d6 divided by 2 for your journey length.
All
to
right.
Smuggler's Moon.
So 5.5 days.
Round it to 6. Okay, so on day 214, you guys are gonna arrive on Smuggler's Moon. Smuggler's Moon orbits a planetoid known as Antherm in near space. The moon itself is an uninhabited wasteland, so inhospitable it doesn't even have a name. But Anthem is lush and verdant. Journey there is pretty uneventful. Percentage. Nothing jumps you guys in the drift. But you see like this again, like ball of rock of a moon, and you're looking for really it's more of just a base on the moon. And as you kind of head out over the planet's surface, over the moon's surface, you see the station Smuggler's Moon emerge. I guess I got myself confused. I think it is on the planet. Emerges from the surrounding forest like a massive stone pyramid. Landing pads speckle its exterior, each home to a single starship. 2 massive open-air terraces, one encircling the complex's widest point, and one at its peak, are lush with vegetation. The upper terrace is crowned by a fanciful palace. At ground level, 4 enormous doors meet dirt roads that wind off into the surrounding woodlands. A few farms are nestled in the woods not far from Smuggler's Moon. The only other settlements on this verdant planetoid. I'm going to show you guys kind of a general outer view first, so let's change maps. So we got Dregor's Palace, guest levels and landing pads, conservatory, employee levels, grand portals. This is a big 4. Are you guys approaching via your ship on a landing pad, or are you landing in the forest and trying to drive in with your truck?
I feel like going into one of the landing pads is kind of a recipe for trouble, given that just
Weren't we
seems like
bringing one of the things to give him as a gift?
Oh yeah, we were gonna get one of the critters.
Oh yeah, I'd say give me an extra D6 days, no dividing. And then I'm going to need a life science check from at least one of you to get that thing on board.
What's your life science for fine?
Good.
37
Okay.
on the life
Sure.
science check.
So it took us a little while, but
All right, you have one snarling in a crate. I will say, you guys would know that if you do decide to pay for a landing pad, each landing pad has its own private wing within Smuggler's Moon, which contains a mechanic workshop, 6 guest rooms, all locked, and all of the doors in and out require a DC 33 check to get through, or a matching key card assigned just to your party.
essentially they cater well to people who are trying to stay off the radar,
Yeah,
or at least do not want to be disturbed.
yes.
I kind
But
of like
again,
the
you'd
idea of
still
getting
be
one.
on the station. So I don't know if that is worth it to you guys or not.
I'd kind of like having the ship close by in case something goes wrong as the other side
Yeah.
of that.
I will say, I can boot up the ship and control its sensors from a range of 50 miles at this point.
Ridiculous.
I can't fire weapons.
The VI can
But-
though.
The
So
VI
you-
can.
Yeah, you two can remotely fly the ship.
Keep
Yeah,
SP
so
and
we can
then-
remotely fly the ship between me and the VI at this point.
So does that change? So do you want to park it farther away then, since you can do that, or do you still want it close at hand? I'm not saying
Still-
there's a right answer either way. I think you have options because you guys purposefully bought that truck.
I don't know. I kind of like having a secure area. I kind of worry about the ship getting messed with while we're.
Yeah, but Tarika and Shan will be with the ship.
Also
They'll be
true.
with the ship. The VI will be with the ship.
You'll
Do
be
you
able
trust
to.
Tarika and Shan, though?
Yes, at this point, yes.
Also, during your basically 10 days of travel or so, approximately, where did you want to drop your prisoner? Or do you keep her?
I figured I thought we were just gonna drop her here, since we figured this would be a good place for her to find transit,
Okay.
and if she's. I mean,
I
I'm
think
willing to
she'd be
ask her
open
if she
to
has a
that.
preference.
I
This
think
seems like the kind of.
she hears that you guys are going to Smuggler's Moon, and she'd be like, that's fine. I can find somewhere there.
I figured this would be the kind of place where somebody like her might want to drop off the radar.
Alright, she would acquiesce to that.
Okay.
All right, I think I found my item. I'm not sure how you want to flavor this. That Dizzy thought I might need it, but how about an anti-gravity puck?
Bright solar disc.
Hey, Shaw,
Yeah.
you have a haste circuit, right?
I don't, but you can't put it in power
Scorpio,
armor.
I think
okay,
Dizzy would send that one with a note that's just like, again, a bunch of opening preamble that's like way too casual and polite. But I think the purpose of the anti-gravity puck, you know that Dizzy tinkers a lot of stuff, and they're just like, I know you're pretty light on your feet, but you can't always choose the terrain that you're fighting in. This might help even the odds for you.
He'll nod and he'll sort of be like, I'm like, wait, is he still kind of flirting with me?
No.
Give me a sense motive check. James, if
Alright,
you're
let's
reading
see.
it over his shoulder, you can also give it one.
All right. My guess is no.
I think on a 14, you're both of you know that like no, they're not flirting.
Well, not as in like he's hoping for it, as in it's like, was Dizzy like trying to
I think-
rekindle it again? But it's like seeing that it's like he's relieved. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, well, this might actually be kind of useful. What we got going on?
Yeah.
So to answer your question, Wilco, no, I don't have a haste circuit. The problem is it can't be installed in power armor. Now I could install it in my undersuit, but
Right.
then
But
you
my
bet.
my,
go ahead.
my ask was, you used to have a haste circuit, correct?
No, what I used to have the haste circ. What I have is the my necrograft.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
I still have that.
in the body.
Yeah. Now I wouldn't mind a haste circuit because it means that I can save using the necrograph for rerolling a failed reflex save. But Ben, you tell me if this is too gamey because the haste circuit says it can only be mounted in light and heavy armor, not power armor. But I'm wearing a light armor as an undersuit. That seems kind of gamey while I'm still on the power armor.
I feel like that's a little gamey. I think the intent is for you not to have the haste circuit.
Yeah, so I'll just have to use my necrograph for that. I still have the same effect. It's just a question of the stagger. I'll have ways around that eventually. But yeah, short version is I still have the haste, and in fact now I can use it even more because I upgraded that recently. I'll double check, but Ben, I think I know what item, and this is again something I think Nehemelith would very much send me, knowing how I fight.
Whoops.
It would be a. It's not enough for one of the insane cluster launchers that I sent you, but a modified standard issue squad grenade launcher. The one ordinarily it's a 12-shot capacity, but I can have it modified to where it's an underbarrel weapon, at half capacity. But
Okay.
essentially, I can have a 6-shot grenade launcher fitted to my plasma cannon, which is also attached to a turret on the shoulder of my armor now.
All right.
So yeah, it's
you see, like she attaches a note that's just like, sometimes being tanky's not enough. You need a lot of extra firepower. And she, lift the note off and just this fucking underbarrel monstrosity of a weapon.
you just see a big old grin on Shaw's face.
I think you see it. It's kind of styled after her revolver, just like at a more ridiculous scale.
She never was one much for subtlety, and then you see Shaw start rigging it up as part of his armor and everything.
Hell yeah.
We're fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so in order to upgrade my personal upgrade, I need 18,600. If you can afford that.
Is that after the 20,000?
No, that's just that's what I need for the upgrade. Yeah.
Well, you said 20,000 earlier. Is this
That
in
was just me.
addition to that?
That was just me ballparking it. So if you already
Okay,
removed
yeah.
20,000,
No,
just
you can. I did already remove 20,000. Yes.
okay.
So you have the additional up until 20,000
Nice.
from that number.
All right.
I think the item I would get sent would be a short-range teleporter Mark 1.
All right, Jinx. You see, rigs up this crazy like. I mean, it's an armor mod. Or is that an armor mod, or is it just an item?
It is not an armor mod.
Okay. I think just for aesthetics, you see, like, Jinx has that cybernetic arm that he's always, like, tinkering with and adding new things to. I think it looks like, those, like, it's, like, skeleton jewelry where it looks like there's, like, bones along the back of your fingers. You know what I'm talking about? It looks like that, but it's not a skeleton hand. It's, like, bars of black tech. And basically, like, you can, like, flex it and, like, hit buttons on the back to do this teleport.
Awesome.
And I think you get a brief note about, he sees the Winterborn's pilot, just brief note about, like, you gotta be ready to make quick moves, quick decisions, quick reflexes. As Jinx's bit of advice there.
Cool.
Alright. And as you guys are approaching Smuggler's Moon, you guys are hailed by this very, like, shy voice. Kind of a little bit, like, very deep at the same time. It's just like, approaching ship, identify yourself.
Before what did we decide? Are we landing nearby? Or are we getting are we?
I will say, if you're not landing at the place, then this wouldn't happen.
What are we thinking?
We have a gift for
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, we say we can land at the station and say we're bringing him a gift.
Right. You get a
For-
little. You see the little hologram pops up. It's a little Raxolite. You guys have seen them before, like the little plant people. Insanely deep voice. Now that you see the hologram. It's truly ridiculous. All right. I am Capria. I will be bringing you in. You can approach pad number 4. Like direct you over like one of the pads along like the lower side of this face of the pyramid, or diamond really. So you said they have to give for the king. As you guys disembark, it is not her who meets you, but it is an old Demai, just like this very ancient race from a old planet. The Demai identifies themselves as Rianri. Welcome to Smuggler's Moon, Rianri says with a chipper smile, gesturing at the complex interior. This is the realm of Dragor, our proud and fearless king. The ramps lead to other guest wings with their accompanying landing pads. Please stay out unless invited. You can also take the ramps down to Concourse, which is where you'll find all the amenities Smuggler's Moon has to offer. Stop for a meal at the restaurant, drink at the bar, take in a performance, mingle with visitors, or buy, sell, and trade. Surrounding Concourse is an outdoor conservatory. You will have seen it on your way in, the greenery around the midpoint of our station. Conservatory is open to visitors free of charge. However, please note that theft or harm of the flora and fauna in the conservatory is strictly prohibited. King Dragor resides in his palace. I'm sure you saw it at the summit on your way in. Supplicants seeking an audience. I assume you are, as it sounds like Capria told me you have a gift. But if you're seeking an audience with His Highness, you should schedule an appointment and come prepared with an offering, as you do. Are you supplicants?
Yes, we seek an audience.
And is your business with our king urgent?
Sure, I'll look over I don't know if it's necessarily urgent.
It's important, but it's not like somebody's gonna die today if we don't talk to him. But
It could cause trouble on the station, but I wouldn't say it's particularly urgent. Like, I could see someone recognizing us and causing trouble, right? But
saying that, they look you up and down again. They're like, you kind of get the feeling they sense that you have a bounty. Like, they recognize the bounty. Like, I see what you mean. Should not be a problem.
Fine. Did you have the platinum travel suit, or does somebody else have that?
I have no idea which one I have. You guys gave me the best of the ones that we had.
I think that was the platinum one you got, because Scorpio, you have the Esdex suit now, right?
Correct.
So you gave the platinum to Refine.
Does someone want the platinum one?
I am going to give you an upgrade because I can't really. Because what's your dex right now?
My dex is 5.
Okay, so the white carb.
The white carbon has a maximum dex bonus of +5.
Yeah, so and it's 12 and 14, and the Abadar is 12 and 13. The problem is the Abadar has a dex bonus of 8, and I kind of need that now.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I don't get the jetpack or the. You also get my armor upgrades.
I have a spare jetpack now. I'm not going to need it now that I have my new armor.
No,
I don't need a jetpack.
The travel suit can't use armor upgrades,
Oh, right.
so I might actually change the flash binders to something else then.
So you're getting that. What am I getting?
You're getting carbon skin, white carbon skin.
Yeah, because we picked up 2 suits of it. I am using one of them.
All right.
You're also getting, because I can't use it, my thermal capacitor Mark 1 armor upgrade.
What does that do?
Gives you fire resistance 5, I think,
Fire resistance 5.
Yeah.
and cold resistance
Alright.
5, I think, as well.
Cool. You get the travel suit.
Thank you.
I get fire and cold resistance. Okay.
Alright. You guys are grabbing that gear. Is there anything you guys are so talking to him? He's like, well, I could get you. There's a meeting within the next 45 minutes, or if that's too soon, I could get you one tomorrow.
Let's do now.
Now it's fine.
As good a time as any.
I'll start having Espy and Refine like slowly wheel out this creature because neither of us are particularly strong.
I'll say you
I'll-
can take 20 on it while you're in here. All right. Where's my? There it is. All right. You guys are gonna be brought up through Smuggler's Moon. You guys are gonna go straight there. All right, you guys head up to see King Dragor. You guys are coming up as supplicants. You have a gift. All right. So, I'm going to bring us to a new map. Actually, I'm going to tweak one thing about this map. Alright, let's head to the throne room.
All right.
Bring yourselves in over here. King Dragor's throne room is more garden than palace. 4 tall trees in the corner rise up to a 30-foot high ceiling. Plants and exotic flowers ring the room's perimeter, and holograms of an idyllic forest vista play across the walls, broken only by the presence of 6 Marikoi guards and various hallways that lead deeper into the palace. So first full art piece I'm going to show you is the guards. These brutal looking friends. Decorative tiles pave the way forward, where a Patra in dark robes stands holding a data pad. Behind this, presumably like a major domo, a stairway leads up to... She didn't have official art, so I didn't put her on. A stairway leads up to a stone platform 15 feet in the air. Atop this dais, on an elaborately carved wooden throne, reclines the infamous King Dragor. Brown
Guess I'll
fur...
lean over.
Go ahead.
I'll lean over and whisper, Shaw. It's like, should we brought some honey for the bear?
We brought him a gift. Play it cool.
Both of you guys give me a stealth
It's
checks.
not.
just to whisper that to each other.
Oh, for crying out
You hear Dragor kind of growl low in his throat. And you see, again, these ones don't have official art, but the two Rhyporian warriors, specifically their winter-bred ones, next to the throne. You see their hands both stray one hand toward a pistol, and you see the other one, they both kind of relax the muscles of their right arms and let this like beautiful ribbon flow down to it that you see as it kind of twirls. Must be some sort of zero edge weapon, like it's almost invisible from the side as it twirls. I want to watch how you talk about our king.
Like, all right. He'll just hold up his hands, showing he's not wielding anything.
I'm gonna push past Scorpion. Just don't mind them. They're
You forgive our lack of
they're the hired help. They we don't need them to be smart.
As King Drago and the others kind of like, are eyeing James now, but also passing their gaze over the rest of you. You see, again, King Dragor, this brown furred, the jagged scar across his snout. The formidable, uplifted bear wearing armor crafted from the hide of a mighty Damalco Colossus, this huge beast. Leaning against his throne, you see his weapons. One is just a truly enormous frost maul, and the other one is a Xenolash. Atop his head, as you saw in the picture, there's a crown of vibrant flowers. Flanking him are those pair of winterborn Rhyporians. You see that they are dressed in just like hardly any armor, just like almost very revealing silks. You would assume that these are the two famous battle flowers of Triaxis. Just these like infamous warriors you guys heard about. The king grumbles, looking a bit more aggressive than when you first came in, but also a bit bored. More beggars. Come then, kneel before Dragor. Don't waste my time. You have my attention, so speak. He's kind of just like resting on one paw against his face. Just seems a little bored.
Just like out of game. The reason why we think he can help us is like this whole place is free from the Golden League, right? But he's the like overlord of it.
Yeah, I mean, if that's why.
Also, the tattoo artist was last known being here, and his cousin was last known being here.
Mm.
So it seems his failures happen here. I think, right?
Yeah.
Do we think that the Golden League has still been a pain in his side, like trying to get this place under their thumb?
I mean, nothing you've seen would indicate that specifically. I mean, the Golden League would love to have every criminal enterprise under their thumb, though. Up to you guys. What are you asking of the king?
We came to talk about maybe a mutual annoyance. Let's put him. How do you feel about Sinjin?
You see, he was kind of still like bored, looking at his claws and the offhand that's not holding his face. He looks up, eyes kind of focus on you. You see there is like a rather fierce intelligence there. You're the one Sinjin set up a bounty for, aren't you? Don't worry, I'm not gonna collect on it. It's not what Smuggler Moon's about. It's a haven for deals to be made. You all must have really pissed him off.
I mean, to be fair, and I point at the two of them, they did a job for him, and he tried. Not only did he not pay, he also tried to have them killed.
It's a bad rub. Tough deal. What does it have to do with me? You, my major domo, he like nods the one with like the tablet in front. He's like, told me that you were here as supplicants. Did you bring a gift?
Yeah,
Shaw will start bringing the cage forward.
I doubt we brought it here into his room.
It's in a cage. I mean, up to you.
Was the expectation we bring it in person?
Yeah, for sure.
You would think honestly, I think he'd want it in person.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Shaw will start pushing it forward.
Raises an eyebrow. Not bad. Perhaps there's a place for it in the conservatory. He kind of like snaps his paw. Go ahead.
It does burrow, so perhaps keep away from flowers.
I would not want it to dig up the hydrangeas. Find a place for it. He gestures to see like the woman, like the tablets, like making notes. Two more of these Murukoi guards come by to take the cage away for now. You guys are going to get a +2 bonus on any checks with him right now. You've brought a gift. You have my attention. Clearly got some beef with Sinjin. What are you asking for?
I mean, it sounds like you don't really have a beef with the entirety of the Golden League. Is there something Sinjin has done to irritate you lately?
The Golden League irritates me.
We seek to kill him. And we figured, having heard tales of how you have stymied him on multiple occasions, you may have information that could be of assistance. We seek to hear tales of how you have bested someone who so few others have.
You see him frown. He's like, I have not bested Sinjin. What leads you to say this?
We have heard tell that multiple times he has been stymied with trails ending on your
Have we heard this, or are you just making this up?
I mean, you did hear that his like one failure was not finding that woman on the station.
His one failure was here, and then his cousin, who he isn't on good terms with, ran away from him to here.
You see, give me an insight check.
Oh, I'm bad at this.
Can any of us roll this, or is it just...
Sorry, but yeah. Oh yeah, I mean,
Can
you guys
do
are all watching this interaction.
All right.
Shaw, we'll do you first. I think Scorpio and Refine, you're not getting it. This is a literal bear, a talking bear, hard to read. Shaw, I think you're thinking that King Dragor looks genuinely trying to, like, keep it up like he's the king and like knows everything. He looks confused that Sinjin has maybe ever even been on this station before. James, on the 32, honing in a bit more, you also get that. They're like, the king's kind of like, I don't know when I've stymied Sinjin. You get the feeling he's like never even met Sinjin. This is like a crazy idea for him. You do get the feeling, though, James, that he has more information regarding Sinjin that he's not said.
Right.
So, like, well, you guys know that Sinjin came here, and according to his records, this was like the site of his only failure as a Jun assassin. That's what the records say.
It-
This guy
sorry,
seems to
did
have
we
no
know?
knowledge that St. John was ever even here.
Did we know who he was after specifically?
Yes.
Yeah, you
The
know he
tattoos.
was after the tattoo.
He was-
artist.
After Shyath Evadross.
Correct.
When he was still a Bajun assassin, he came here to kill somebody but failed.
Indeed. Even so, you seek to combat the Golden League. If you are so powerful, how brash. I would not be willing to risk my kingdom on a stranger's word. If you're capable of besting the Golden League, surely my forces would be nothing to you. Perhaps a test of skill is required. Face my guards and trial by combat. If you overcome my minions, maybe you're worthy of some help and consideration. If not, you see Dragor grins and licks his lips. You get the sense that he is not just eating honey.
It's like red honey.
Hey, one
Going
steak
to eat
sauce.
himself some people.
Is he talking about like right here, right now, kill his guards and it might help us?
He's saying you guys could face these two in trial by combat.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Easy peasy.
Don't know if it'll be easy, but
I don't.
Easy peasy.
I will say one of the informations you guys also gathered, just as a reminder, you guys did learn about Smuggler's Moon. Specifically that one, it was remote. Remote enough that were you guys discovered, and these people aren't down for following the station's rules, it would take days to get a message out anywhere. A signal jammer could knock out all communications from here anyway. And that this place is
So we
small
do have
enough
one.
that you guys could even take control of it, theoretically.
I want to go the diplomatic route.
That's fair. I'm
And
saying
just
that,
kill
that
us.
is
I'd rather go the
information you
diplomatic
guys did have.
Let's call that plan B.
But we do have the signal jammer. We do
You
have.
do have that. It's presumably secured on your ship or in your apartments.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll face the trial by combat.
Give me, I would say, give me a diplomacy check to convince him that, like, this is worth his time and the time of his assistance.
I'm using the thing.
Okay, with
Finally
a
better.
+2, it's gonna bring it to a 38. Is anyone assisting? Or anything
I
like that?
can try. I could try.
I could. I did give my diplomacy a little boost in that last level up.
I mean, I can try, but I've got a -1 diplomacy. It's probably not going to go well.
There we go.
Scorpio and Refine, both adding a +2. It's gonna bump up to a 42, which does make it a success.
Would it not have been an success either way?
With a 38, no, it would have been too low.
Fuck.
It was a DC 40.
Well, we
Well,
made it.
Technically DC 42, but you guys got it anyway.
I mean, that's a good roll for me too.
Hey, this guy's a...
We are not
also-
charismatic.
Yeah, we don't have a face particularly like a real. You know what I mean?
This is why when, like when I swap Scorpio out, I'm planning on bringing an envoy character in.
Makes sense.
All right. So he tells you, he's like, when my maul strikes the floor, you may begin. You see all of the combatants in the room seem to ready themselves.
Everyone?
These guys, give me a sense motive check.
Because he did say his two.
I
Yes.
did misspeak that a little bit. I think on a 26, James, they'll get involved if you're kicking ass on these guys.
All right. I'm just gonna walk forward just a little bit so I'm not in melee with this one then.
I'd say you guys could position yourself anywhere on this opening carpet.
Refiner's probably just gonna stay chilling in the elevator.
Okay. It is. I will say it is not an elevator. It is like an alcove area, so there is no like down function.
Sure, in the
Just-
alcove.
Just to be clear, in case that comes up.
By the way, would I have had the downtime to swap out that one exploit?
Oh yeah, you would have. Sorry, I didn't clarify
Okay,
that
cool.
earlier, but yeah, you would have done that.
It's
You
very
guys have a
similar to
lot
something
of
I.
travel time.
It's very similar to something I have. I'll let you know when it comes up.
Okay.
Let this be a surprise.
Let's see. Where are my guards?
Ooh, decent initiative for once.
There's my Marikoi guards.
Shaw, if you get the chance to come back, I can give you your thing.
Oh yeah, I didn't think about that. Don't worry about it. I'll make it. Fair point.
And I need you to be a shield, Shaw.
Yeah, I'm good. I'll make it work. Give it to Scorpio.
Well,
you guys got
we'll
the back.
wrap up here in a second. And once Scorpio
Yeah.
rolls in, we'll
Right.
we'll pause there because we're at time anyway. But we'll come in with this fight next time. All right. I'm gonna sort the order. So next time we will come back in at the start of combat. You guys rolled pretty well. 3 of you, 4 if you count SB, going before the guards.
I don't think they rolled
SB
in unless they share the
Yeah, you
same.
didn't roll in the big two.
They're not getting involved yet. Like your sense motive check was like they'll get involved if your guys are doing too well.
Oh, okay.
We're fighting just the guards, not the two. Wait, are we fighting the guards or the Riporians?
The guards, for now. On
Okay.
James's sense motive, it sense like if you guys are doing too well against the guards, then the Riporians are about to become part of this test.
Okay.
I would say with
Okay.
no check needed. Also, like if you make an attack on them, like they're gonna just join right away.
Of course.
Right. So we have to avoid damaging the bear.
I mean, I think
Yes.
also check needed. If you try to damage the bear, this is gonna go
Way south
full
real quick.
violent. Like no
Yeah,
holds
yeah, yeah.
barred.
No, for sure. I'm just
How-
trying to figure out AoE stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Out of curiosity, how tough do the guards look like compared to our level?
I'll say we can make one more roll before we end. I'm gonna say give me just a straight wisdom roll. $19. You guys are definitely like a fair chunk of levels above them. I'll say you also see that it looks like their weapons have a stun setting that they're probably going to use. This king never said that it was fight to the death.
I mean,
And then I think what you think you're definitely stronger than them. I think the thing that feels weird to you is I'll pop up their image again real quick. Their armor is not like nice armor. It's just like pieces of metal. It's not a spacesuit. So either they're really confident or they can take some pain.
Do we think he would see getting wet as an attack on him?
just leave
One
the
of,
bear alone.
one of your discoveries about him was that he was extremely prideful and vain.
Okay,
Let's
so
not-
no
Yeah.
instant aquariums
Let's
Don't-
try and
is what I'm hearing.
Don't
let's-
risk it.
yeah, don't risk it.
And probably no fire either, at risk of burning down his
My grenades are
plants.
useless in all of this, so I think
Alright.
unless everything goes absolutely ballistic, at which point all bets are off.
All right.
Tactically, I think
find
best bet is- Getting rid of these two first.
we'll find out next time.
Yeah.
You guys also
SP
remember you would need like, if you're trying to get up to the dais, remember that it is like a 15 to 20 foot jump. So you either get a jetpack, get a trampoline, something to get up there. If you do intend to involve them right away.
I think all of us can fly, right?
Yep.
I think so.
Not anymore.
No, not anymore.
Oh.
All right. Well, we will.
All
come
of us
back,
but James.
we will come back next week,
Right.
and see how you fare against this trial by combat, organized by King Dragor. Who you guys did notice also, despite being surprised Sinjin was ever on his station, is still holding out some information about Sinjin. But we'll find out
Yeah.
next week. Thanks for watching.